by acquiring a fruit from a tree to the north. When we arrived, the tree was somber and sad. Luckily, all it needed was a quick pick-me-up from our beautiful singing voices.
I'm telling you that we are never, ever, ever getting back together. We are never, ever, ever.
We come from the land of the ice and snow, from the midnight sun where the hot springs flow.
Great.
You look like an angel, you walk like an angel, talk like an angel, but I got wise. You're the devil in disguise.
And when our children tell our stories,
And when our children tell our stories,
they'll tell the story of tonight.
they'll tell
Have another round tonight.
Let's have another round.
Let's have another round tonight.
Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene.
I believe it was drop top push, rolling on my wrist, diamonds up and down my chain, body be straight stunting. Can't tell me nothing, bust up, and now I changed the game.
Again, everything was going swimmingly. Worked like a charm. We might as well start a band. That is, of course, until the wild did what it always does. It played a trick. And now we're in danger all over again.
Happy New Year.
And we are back. Hope you enjoyed. That was
Happy New
last
Year.
episode.
Serenades.
I don't think I've laughed that hard in a very long time. So I hope everyone enjoyed that. All right, jumping back in combat. You all return, and the tree comes back to life as a single pomegranate begins to swell and grow. And as it does so, you watch as the cute, furry little creatures that were seemingly innocent and non-threatening have begun to look very aggressive, their limbs extended and just... and they begin to just lose their mind. Which isn't quite surprising, as the first things that you said to them were... or the first things they said to you were, "Hungry? Hungry?" And now they are indeed very hungry, and they look like they will tear everything from life and limb to devour that fruit that is now growing. So, Akron, first up. What you doing?
Yeah. All right. So, seeing these cute little creatures turn into gremlins that were fed after midnight, Akron is going to I think he's gonna move first. He's gonna move 30 feet here-ish. Wow, right? And he is going to use his one of his paladin abilities.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called Turn the Faithless. Yeah, so basically yeah, you see this fey magic surge through him, and he takes his hands and he's gonna do like a thunderclap, bow, like that, and this wave of energy is gonna shoot out. And I need all of the creatures that are within 30 feet of me to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I'm going to roll for the two groups. I'm guessing that's just gonna be, would that be just blue and yellow?
I don't know.
You might have red too. Let me measure. I think you may have red too. So this is 30.
Oh yeah, 30 feet is here. I got at least a couple of them, yeah.
Yeah, you got some of the red, the yellow, and definitely all of the blue.
Sweet, that's what I wanted, yeah.
Is Luden making these saving throws?
Actually, if this is this centered on yourself?
Yeah, it's everyone within 30 feet of me. So yeah, it's centered on myself.
So I don't think it's gonna quite make its way.
It's not gonna apply to you unless
it's only Fae or Fiends.
Well, it's not gonna quite get to the red group.
So Samson, you might actually need to make a save.
Oh god, that's true. Yes, Samson, you are right. You're gonna have to make a save.
You literally, is that as far as you could go?
What? 30 feet? Yeah, from where I started. Yeah. I ran 30 feet and then I did the thing.
That is a 4 for the yellow group.
A who?
That is the 4 for the yellow group.
No, that was my roll. I rolled a 3.
I also rolled a 3.
Oh yeah, look at us.
Awesome. And a natural 20 for the blue group.
So those are the group that I voted.
Okay. Did I not get the reds?
No.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so the ones that failed, they are turned for 1 minute or until they take damage. So they just kind of scatter off.
They attempt to scatter off. So just the yellow. The yellow just run away, essentially.
Yes.
Do they do that on their turn or on yours?
It just says on a failure, the creature is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage.
Okay.
So that'll happen on their turn.
On their turn, yeah.
It uses the same mechanic as turn undead, so I think on their turn they have to use the dash. Yeah.
So I just gotta Samson.
And let me see if I have a bonus action real quick. I don't think I do.
I'm really, really excited to leave this combat immediately.
What is this? Did you fail? What does this look like, Samson? What does this look like, Samson, as your own comrade essentially turns you?
Nothing yet. I'm just standing there like, I thought Acker and I were friends, but look at him now. Poisonous in this area. Whew.
Poison.
You know what? As a bonus action, I will give Samson inspiration because he was caught in the splash effect of my spell. So as a bonus action, I'll turn and I'll toss a little seed pod over at Samson, and when it attaches to him, it turns into a little
flower.
Yeah, but what are they called?
Like a lapel, like a brooch thing, or
a brooch thing.
Like
corsage.
you wear it, like you wear a
corsage.
Corsage. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it turns into a little corsage and sits right here. And that'll end my turn.
All right, Esperise. What are you doing?
So I'm standing beside this. This is the rock right next to me. I'm gonna use my movement to go up 10 feet in the air and get on top of this rock if I can. I don't know if the Foundry will let me do that, but I'd like to get up on top of that rock if I can.
Are you talking about the one in the middle or the one south of you?
The one in the middle.
Okay, the one in the middle is the tree.
Oh, can I get up in the tree?
The tree is actually very, very tall. So you can.
Is there a branch I can end in so I can be in that middle space and see all around?
Sure. I'm gonna attempt to move you.
Thank you. It doesn't want to let me because there's a tree in the way.
Yeah, because there's a wall. There's a wall.
Okay, so the green ones I saw got hit with that wave, right?
No, the blue and the yellow did. The yellow are the ones that...
Okay.
Yellow ones are turned. But you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that the blue weren't.
Okay.
So you
I had
climb
an area
up, you climb up this, you flutter up this tree, and you're just kind of like looking around on some of the branches, and you see what you hadn't before. Now that you have a little bit more vision, you see 2 more groups, essentially, ahead of you near Akron. And again, just those spindly, like spaghetti-like arms, and their jaws just kind of unhinged and floppy ears. It's a very disturbing, like Midsommar, like cute but unsettling sight, essentially.
What in Midsommar looks like that? Now I'm gonna be stuck on that. I was going to use Hypnotic Pattern, but I would only be able to hit one group. I'm instead going to cast Wall of Fire around the tree. I'm gonna draw what I'm doing here. I would like to go.
Are you to protect the tree from the hungry hippos?
20, 25, 30, 35.
Pomegranate in the tree, Lauren?
Yeah, it's up in the tree. There's a single pomegranate that has swelled at this point. And keep in mind, we're in combat.
Right next to where Esperise is, right? Like right next to where Esperise is currently standing?
Like at the top of the tree. She's in the tree. She's not all the way up the tree, though.
I have only 15 feet of movement while I'm flying, so I'm like halfway up the tree or something.
Okay.
Okay, so I floated up. I cast Wall of Fire essentially against all 3 groups on that side. I think one of the groups, I believe
it looks like the blue is going to get hit, but
I know the way that I drew it. Esperise is not trying to hurt anybody. Could she have skirted it in such a way that it's an avoiding measure but won't actually set them on fire unless they try to go through it? Because I think I can redraw the line.
If you don't want to hit them, how you've drawn it is fine.
Okay.
If that's
beautiful.
your intention,
So I got the
fine with that.
little circles as the green ones are still an issue. I don't think I have any bonus actions. Yeah, that's it. So I cast that spell. I kind of I'm so sorry about this, but we do need this resource. We will work on it as much as we can. Aurora Borealis erupts from the ground and kind of encircles us within that lovely green shape. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Wonderful. As at you, Ludin, it's now your turn, and you see this like Aurora Borealis of flames kind of like come out. You no longer have sight on the red, yellow, or blue if you had sight on them. As this wall just comes.
4 greens though.
Yeah, looted.
You don't have, so you don't see anything. Yeah, you don't see the green. You definitely hear them, but I would say with your passive perception, you definitely hear them behind you. I don't. You hear them, but you don't see them. But they are essentially southeast of you that you hear them.
Ludin looks at these 2 that are apparently choosing the non-lethal option, and I guess puts his bow down because he was just gonna murder all of them. And he calls to how far up is this fruit?
It's probably about 60 feet up. It's a big tree. It's a big tree.
How far can Bzzzt fly?
Oh God.
Yeah, because I was just gonna call him and go get the fruit.
For reference, I'm about to turn into a Fey Hawk. I can move 60 feet. So.
Okay.
We don't know that.
No, you're about to fly away. That's what you're about to do.
You're gonna turn into a Fey Hawk and fly 60 away from the combat.
No. Away from Akron.
That's fair.
Away from Akron for 1 minute.
Oh my God.
You have inspiration on your save, so.
I already failed it, Brandon.
A giant dragonfly.
Somebody just hit him. Christian or Ludin, shoot
fly of 60 feet.
Fly speed of 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm going to just hop on Bzzzt and fly up to the fruit and just put it.
All right, so Bzzzt is currently 50 feet away from you on this rock.
Oh, well, I will. Bzzzt, you're far away, buddy. I wonder what my climb speed is. Yeah, you know what? Ludin is gonna try and climb it.
You did it before with the Fey Oak. You could do it again. You grab your arrows out, right? You're gonna run up and.
Exactly. I'm going and let's see how far away am I from that. I think I'm like 10 feet away from the tree, and then Ludin's just gonna start climbing. Oh well, no, yeah. So I'll 15 feet away from the tree, so that gives me basically, yeah. I'm gonna use my action to dash and also try and climb it, and use the rest of my movement to see how far up I can get. And if I get with a happy radius or a happy medium, I'm gonna
give me an athletics check. I didn't make Esperise do that because she can fly.
Oh no, that's fine. I can't fly.
It's a little easier for her to kind of like make her way up a tree.
All right, 18.
Okay, you're good. You're able to. You grab your arrows and you begin climbing up this tree as you hear the behind you.
How far up do I make it?
We'll say you make it up about. Yeah, you're not gonna make it your full movement. We'll say, but you got a good roll. We'll say you make it up about 50 feet.
Perfect. All right. Well, then Ludin will Oh, I thought I made it up.
Is that not fair? Fine. Okay, everyone is shouting.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You do
Action, right? Okay,
No, you're in charge.
You
You
only
do
make
this.
it 10 feet now.
The two much meaner DMs on this call are like, shit.
If Ludin makes it up 50 feet, he's just gonna turn around and be like, "All right, guys, you handle those things." And he'll be like, "Me and Espri's got this thing. He's gonna fire his new bow into the ground and create a wall of thorns that's that centers the tree in the middle, 60 feet up in the air." And so the wall of thorns is just as large as the tree, and we can't see out. But I mean, like, we're basically encased in fire and a wall of thorns.
Wait, where is that wall?
Where did you cast it? Did you cast it on the opposite side of the wall of fire?
Please draw this.
I'll draw for you. You guys
just don't run Finn and I through with the wall of thorns.
We're just gonna be stuck.
No, you guys are just gonna be outside with all the things.
You know what, Prey? It wouldn't be the first time we were run through by something.
Trey, you're the queen. Just be like Neil.
So we're just gonna be impaled again. It's fine. We're impale buddies.
can't see, so I can't grab it. I want to move it over though.
You want to put it, I'm guessing, oh god, I just made another circle. You want to move it, I'm guessing, right in the center?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. So like right here?
Pull it a little bit further up. Right there. Actually, to the left one, because Samson's now inside of it. But there you go.
Samson, move!
Okay. As
You want Samson to be in it, so he takes damage.
He won't be turning.
You
don't know
all,
that.
you all watch as Ludin looses this special magic arrow and the vines begin to thicken and just shoot up straight into the air. And in doing so with these flames, you watch as the flames catch the entire thing on fire and the flames begin licking up the sides of this essential fortress of flame.
Why are we setting everything on fire?
They can't see this, but Ludin's going crazy, like just pointing over at Esprit, like, "We did that! We did that!"
Yes!
And,
They're too destructive together.
I'll end my turn there.
I agree.
Per area.
All right. Well, seeing all of this, she's gonna look at Finn and be like, "We should perhaps regroup for whenever they get out of there. We will probably run.
Yeah, we can start gathering up the little guys.
But we are not taking them with us.
No, I have somewhere I can put them.
You're
Yeah.
going to put
In my arms, away from Ludin.
Ludin is in there.
Yeah, but soon he'll come out. Did you
You'll be
see
running
his
then.
eyes?
He's crazed.
There was a certain murderous glint, but then it went away. It extinguished a little when he went up the tree.
Maybe you should go after the fruit.
I think it's in the... I can't get in there.
Oh.
We should probably just find Samson and get ready to run.
We can't run. We have to get the fruit.
They're getting it.
I don't think they are. I think they're burning it.
They know the mission.
Okay.
They know the mission. Yes. Okay. Follow me.
Okay.
And Prey is just gonna run over to where Samson is. He's like, "Hi, we're getting ready to run, yes?"
I think that's a great idea.
Awesome.
We should run immediately, as far away as possible.
Agreed. I feel very bad. So she's gonna run over there. And then she's gonna, what is it? She's gonna hidden step and turn invisible. Because it's probably super good if nothing can see her right now. And then she's just gonna hold an action in case it gets hairy. And that's Prey's turn.
All right, that leads us to the first group of Fey gremlins, the yellow group. The yellow group. Now, remind me how this works again, Christian. If you go through
You
the
lose
movement,
20 feet of movement, and you take a dexterity saving throw, DC 16, and if you miss, you take 4d6. But I feel like
Turns, aren't they?
Huh?
Or was it the blue group?
No, it's the yellow group. See the little
Okay.
rotating disc of it's my turn?
No, I said they were turned, right?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. That is correct. So they are going to run as fast as they can. They aren't very smart. So when they get to this like 60-foot wall circle here, they just they're scrambling to run away. They keep bouncing against the wall. Their long limbs, they're trying to grab the rocks and scamper up the wall.
Sweet. That's
And
10 minutes ahead.
They all move this way. And they're just like, all right, Samson.
All right. I'm turned by Akron, and therefore it is my sole and only responsibility on this turn to get as far away as possible from Akron for 1 minute. And so I would love to do something else, but I'm gonna GTFO, and I'm gonna turn into a hawk. I'm gonna be as fast as possible. I'm gonna get one that's it's a Valinor hawk. So it's I'm gonna say this one is black. It's got red feathers underneath. It is the Ferrari of birds, and I'm gonna turn into it, and I'm gonna zip 60 feet, its entire movement, as far away from here as I can get. And on my next turn, I'll do so with a dash as well. I go off the map.
I mean, I feel like you're doing a little extra credit. You just had to move away. You didn't have to
as fast as possible. So I guess I could have ran, but then I would have ran to the wall. And so then I would have had turn when I got here.
Wow. Ludin, shoot Samson so he can come back real quick.
I'm gone. I'm out. I'm 60 feet heading off. And also at Prioria's suggestion that we get out of here while everyone else gets the fruits. And so Samson's gone. Or heading out as quickly as he can for 1 minute.
He'll be back.
Wow.
Are you a big old bird? Oh, I guess Priori is invisible, but I was like, oh, it's a small bird.
It's a small bird. He's yay big.
I still think a really small bird attempting to lift up his queen would be very funny and just giving up because there isn't enough time. You gotta go now.
It would have been hilarious. I thought about that. I thought about turning into a big bird and picking up prey, but then she turned invisible, and here we are. So
fair enough.
All right.
I'm out, and that's in my turn.
In.
Okay. So Vince, I can see Deanna shaking her head. Okay, so Finn starts to follow prey. I know the mission. Okay, but then he stops when he sees the green team behind the rock, and he looks into their big, shiny black eyes, and his eyes get wide and shiny too because he loves them and he wants them to be safe. He ignores the weird arm things they're doing, and he's going to try to use banishment on them so that they can leave and be safe. And I think one of the components of the spell is something distasteful to them. So he's going to reach inside his jug and just get a glop of that spicy mayo that he tried to feed them earlier. It's okay. You're going to be safe. Just go away for a while. And I will cast it at 5th. Is there 2 of them still? I can't really see.
I don't know.
Or is there just 1? Okay, let me move around a little bit. Okay, yes, there is. Okay, right there. Now I'm right up in their face. Cool. And I'm going to try and banish them at 5th level so I can get both of them. We'll see how this goes. I think they have to do a succeed on a charisma saving throw or they will be banished.
All right. 21.
Both of them?
Yeah, I do them as groups. It's just to keep things easier.
Oh, man.
They're gonna die!
They are adorable. I bet their charisma's pretty high, actually.
21, really?
Yeah,
Okay,
I rolled a 17. As you can see, my roll's public right there. I rolled a
Okay, well,
17 and
They pass. They just sit there and stare at him, I guess, as he offers up his
What's the what's the DC?
19.
Can I cutting words that?
you
as a
are
reaction?
you already know the results of the roll. Brandon.
okay,
You also can't see it.
You
also can't see
true,
it.
true,
Because you're in a thicket.
true.
Oh yeah, you're outside of the wall.
You're in
anyway.
a flaming thicket of death right now.
I tried.
All you
Okay.
hear is "Aww."
Ben, you're doing great.
As the smoke slowly fills your lungs.
It's like an aurora, right? Like yeah.
Wait,
This
where
is
did
I feel
Bray
like
go?
Esperise has like nice fire. It's like a smolder,
Yeah,
less
who
like
knows
a
what
raging
kind of
inferno,
vines
right?
these are.
Yeah, it smells like incense. It's very nice. Maybe a little overpowering, but
Who knows
think
what kind of
that's
vines
it for
these are?
me.
Maybe Finn's getting hot.
This is
All
going really
right.
well.
That's cool too.
Team Green. It's next. Team
Oh,
Green
yay.
is going to make an attack against you, Finn, as you attempt to offer them this spicy mayo, and they just kind of because they're stupid, and they're like, oh, something new, and they're like, and then like their teeth, their jaws just unhinge a little bit more, very, very like Demigorgon like, as you dare feed them what they do not love. And they are gonna make two.
Are you guys frugivores? I'm sorry.
They are gonna make 4 attacks against you.
Oh God. Okay. That's cool.
That's 16. That's 19.
Oh God. Okay.
That's 24, and that's 24 again.
So all of those hit except one. The 16 misses.
Okay, so 3 hit.
Yes.
All right.
unacceptable.
You're gonna die.
You take. Oh, that's horrible. That's a horrible roll.
Depending on how badly they hurt Finn, this might go
You
the looting
take,
route very quickly.
You take 14 slashing damage as they begin. One of them wraps their long, like noodle-like arms around your neck and begin to pull you close. The other one kind of grabs your ankles and begins to pull at your ankles and slash and scratch up the sides of your legs. And it's very much like the clown from Poltergeist, where it's just like and the arms just are wiggling and grabbing and pulling and
It's okay. This is just one big hug. It's all right. Everything's okay.
and that will end the green's turn. All right. Next is blue. Blue, seeing these flames, one of them is actually going to move, begin to try and move through this. Give me, what is the dex save?
16.
16? What is the dex save?
And then
16? Oh, whoever, we have an echo. I don't know who it is.
that's me. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. All right. DC is 16. It's a dex save. Oh, my min was 17. Yeah, save,
I
dex save.
also need them to make a dex save, I think.
For fire damage?
Yes, because I didn't have them do it when they were standing outside of it, but now that they're moving into the space.
That is a 8.
Okay, the DC is 19, so that definitely happens.
So you said that,
You don't. Go ahead.
how much did they got? You said they got a 17?
Yes, that was the
Okay.
minute. Well, that was the minimum. So plus their. Because you said
That's
the DC was 16.
Yeah. So they only take 9 damage and lose
Alright.
20 feet of movement.
All right.
And then they take 27 points of fire damage.
You watch as this creature begins to move through this flaming fortress that you all have essentially created. And as it does, you watch, it almost looks as if their limbs, their beautiful, fluffy, furry bodies are somehow repellent to fire.
So you're saying everything's immune to charm and fire here? What am I supposed to do?
You got it.
You're supposed to love them.
No, they beat up my boyfriend.
Esperise is like, that's my whole shit. Fire and charm. What is
Let me move the rest of the group here. I don't think this guy's gonna quite make it. He's probably gonna make it over here. As this first one takes damage. Nope, nothing happens. Thought something might happen. Nope.
So does it seem like they're completely immune to fire damage? Or is it...
Something should happen.
Should it? I don't think it should, because the DM said. On to the next person.
Oh, wait. Yeah, sorry. Yes. As this first one takes damage, you watch as its body begins to split and pull as these vines kind of like impale parts of its body as it's struggling to get through this flaming fortress. And you all watch in adorable, horrific horror as its body splits. And you see 2 more populate. Here
no.
and here.
Oh no.
We got
Did they make it all the way through?
The first one did, this one didn't. But these 2 populated as it split as it came through.
Yeah, Ackford's gonna turn to the 2 in the tree and be like, guys, we gotta go.
And that will end Delta Team Blue.
Oh, that's not good at all.
I did want to check while you guys were talking about it splitting. They're completely immune to fire damage, right?
Okay.
It sure looks that way. When you watch them go through, it looks like the flames are just pushing off of them.
All right, okay. Fuck those guys in particular. Okay.
All right, the red's gonna move next. Dex save for them. That is gonna be a 9. I think it fails regardless of their plus. So what's the damage on that?
19.
All right. You watch as this first one begins to once again begin making its way through this flaming fortress, and as it does, like it just can't get all the way through. These vines are just like impaling it in various vital organ locations. At one point, it gets its arms so tangled up in between the branches that it pulls and like its arm just gets pulled, almost pulled off, and it just kind of goes slump for a second. And then you watch as its body begins to kind of like shake and tremor, and it just explodes in chunks of hair and fur. And these 2 are gonna take damage from it exploding. They take 9 damage. So the 2 next to it take damage, and as those 2 take damage, you watch as their bodies begin to split and morph, and 2 appear over here as that one dies, and another one appears here as this one takes damage, and they split again.
Ludin just hears a bunch of stuff happening on the other side. He sees none of this, and he's like, we're doing good, guys. Go ahead, whoever's over there, killing them. Whoa, because he just hears explosions and ripping of flesh and everything like that. So
we're not. We need to leave.
They're completely immune to my shit, Ludan.
They're just trying to get food, guys.
We're just gonna look at that.
Make some good berries and let's get out of here.
Doesn't sound like you are running.
I don't think they want the good berries. They don't want my spicy mayo either.
Yeah, well, your spicy mayo sucks compared to my good berries, so.
It's really good.
All right, can we maintain focus on the task, please? Can somebody go get Samson?
He's a bird right
Where'd Samson go?
He's gone.
Shoot him, Luden.
All right,
Okay,
Akron.
it's my turn again.
It's
Oh,
your
shit.
turn.
Okay, all right.
Nearly surrounded by
I am.
these fuzzy creatures, fuzzy
Okay.
Furby demons.
Okay, let's see here. There's a lot of these guys, and I feel like I think the best thing to do is try to turn them again. Because if I attack them, they're just gonna split.
And you're gonna Esperise as well.
Huh?
Said you're gonna turn Esperise as well.
I'm super slow though, and I don't know if I'm technically a fae. I'm a half fae.
He's a half fae.
Yeah, Esperance doesn't count as Fae. Only Samson.
So yeah, I'm going to try to turn them again. So let me get another wisdom save from the. Well, shoot. Yeah, if I move a little, can I get both groups? Like if I move here, why can't I move?
You should be able to move.
Oh, that's why. Okay, if I move here, right? Because it's 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I could get both groups, right?
You should be able to get both groups.
Okay, yeah, let's do that then. I'm gonna move over here.
But you're also gonna get Esperise.
Esperise is half fae. It don't matter, right?
We decided I was half fae and it didn't matter. Does it matter? Daniel said it didn't matter. Does it matter?
Technically speaking, you're a humanoid just like everybody else.
Brandon.
Like that's the Archfey class.
One more thing though, just
What's
do
that?
guys. I'm not trying to persuade your decision, but if it's damage, as soon as they move through my thing, they take damage. I'm just letting you know.
They're very
How
much.
many-
Go ahead.
That'll still buy us time, though. How many of them have made it through? Just the ones on the blue side? Have any of the red ones made it through?
These
Because it
two-
looks like they're still on the outside.
These two red ones right here.
The ones at the very front?
This one
These two? Uh-huh. And the one
this
above it
one. Yeah.
have made it through the wall of thorns already. And like a bunch of the blue ones have already made it through, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
All but one.
Okay. That is a great point.
Also, if you move, you take opportunity attacks. So
You
I do?
Yeah, you will take.
Oh, because I was where was I here?
Or
yeah,
Oh.
actually, yeah, you will take 4.
Yikes. Okay. All right, let's go. I am going to. What am I gonna do? Shit. Okay.
Lauren is so happy for the murder she's
No,
doing.
this is just a fun combat. I'm having fun.
No, it's cool because I really. Okay. I think I'm going to.
Don't want to kill your bad guy.
Well, no, because I'm concerned that if I attack him, they're just gonna keep splitting, right? And that's gonna prolong things, and we're gonna end up getting overwhelmed.
Apparently they
So-
can't die. Just letting you like.
Yeah,
One of them
that's what I'm
did
saying.
die.
So
One of them did die.
But the split up ones, are the split up ones like smaller or are they the same size?
Yeah,
Or
are
do
they-
get smaller
They're
when
the
you split 'em up?
same size.
okay, yeah, so it's like a hydra. Okay, in that case, then I am going to use plant growth.
Is that an act?
Yeah.
There's
It's an action or it's another thing. If I cast it using an action, I choose a point within range. All normal plants in a 100-foot radius become thick and overgrown, and any creature moving through the area must spend 4 feet of movement for every 1 foot that it moves. So I rub my hands together, summon a bunch of Fey magic. I punch the ground and let the Fey magic seep into the ground and overgrow all of the plants and just create difficult terrain for all of these things in a 100-foot radius.
That includes you, Luden.
That's fine.
Including
Luden the tree.
Even the tree.
And the tree gets overgrown as well with all these leaves and moss.
as
I got the fruit. Don't
It
worry about
says
it.
you can exclude one or more areas of any size within the spell's area from being affected. I exclude the tree.
You can exclude things?
Yes.
Yes.
about to say, looks down at Akron and goes, "What is with you today?"
And then that's what I go, oh my bad, and they start to shrink down from the tree. Sorry, dude.
We are
Like,
going
you're,
to
like,
burn
hanging in
down
the tree.
this entire orchard.
Sure, there's like one tree.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Yeah, the
that.
entire orchard.
Yeah, not anymore. Now it's overgrown. It's
So-
4 times bigger.
So yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, that's a shit ton. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I am going to use my bonus action to Misty Step.
2 spells. Can't do that. It's a 3rd level and a 2nd level.
I was like, you gotta start climbing.
You're right.
Plus, you can't see where you're going.
I mean, I was gonna go up into the tree with everyone else. Okay. Well, shoot.
You got
Okay.
some arrows in your bag, bro.
Say what?
You got arrows in your bag, bro.
This is a very weed-infested
Yeah, but I'll take.
grassy
Well,
knoll
shoot.
we got going on over here now.
I mean, they're gonna hit me regardless. So I think I am gonna go ahead and move, because if I stay in here, they're just gonna try to hit me anyways. So yeah, I'm going to then move over to the tree and attempt to climb it. Can I do that?
Mhm.
All right.
Give me an
Go ahead and give me
athletics check.
Is it 3 or 4? Because if I'm here, I see 1, 2, 3. Where's the 4th one coming from?
It's all 4. They have long reach because of their long arms.
Of course they do. Okay, all right, give it to me. Let's go.
All right. Let's do this.
They all have sentinel.
That's 27
Shield?
for 27.
No, that's still gonna hit. Go ahead. That one hits. That's fine. Wait. No, yeah, shield. No, I got a 23 now, don't I?
No,
Shouts.
you have to activate the shield. So you have to use a bonus action to activate it.
Can I do that? I still have a bonus action. All I did was plant growth. Can I bonus action activate my shield before the attacks of opportunity come at me?
So you're using you haven't used your bonus action yet?
No. All I did was plant growth, and then I was gonna move.
I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do that.
Sweet. All right. Well, then the shield that that Samson gave me, Fallon's shield. Since I spent some time attuning to it, it springs to life. It actually, the way that it looks, because when he gave it to me, it had that hole in it, right, where it had been well, now, and you said it had like a Fey Oak kind of emblem on it, right? Well, the shield now has like bark covering parts of it, to where where the bark fills in the hole, making it a perfect like smooth shield. And also it's added a little color to the Fey Oak. Like the bark has like the bark has wrapped itself up into the Fey. It's covered the tree part of the Fey Oak, and then like made a couple little flowers and blooming stuff on the where the leaves and stuff would be. So
That's cool.
yeah, I know, right? Yeah. And it springs into action and pops up and stuff.
All right. So the 27 doesn't hit then.
Yeah.
26.
Misses.
Try to hit our boy. You try to hit him.
This man,
Why is this not
27.
rolling?
The best offense is a good defense.
He's a sturdy boy.
You've got God and enemy on.
Now I'm excited. I wanna do a one-on-one with Akron now.
Let's go, buddy. Okay, but we have to start within 30 feet of each other.
Oh no.
Oh, snap, there we go.
600 feet apart.
Those
to start.
all all of these go against your shield?
Yes.
Hot damn. Then they
I'm like
all,
Terry Crews. Block, 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 block.
they all miss.
Yeah. I've got
Shield is
my
OP
animated
when it's
shield
up.
over here
It
blocking.
is
Marshals.
OP. 27.
Look, when
Good
paladins
Lord.
get it, it's OP every time.
Yes.
You block every gangly finger and limb that is lunged out at you, Akron. As they scramble and scratch and just continue to like look at you and look back up at the fruit in this desperation to eat.
So I am gonna move over to the tree But I think since I used my bonus action, I'm not able to climb it. Unless you're going to let me use the rest of my movement to climb it. Since I only move 10 feet or 5? Yeah,
you
10
can
feet.
roll an athletics check, but the DC will be higher considering you just went through a lot of stuff.
So
I'm cool with that. At least I get a roll. Acrobatics?
No.
So
Athletics?
What's up, Daniel?
well, you have to spend 4 feet of movement for every foot, right?
Do I have to?
Yes.
That's right, you do because of
So
plant
you can
growth.
move a total of 6 feet.
So
1 step.
Okay.
Shout out to plant growth.
Shout out to plants. I mean, I'm basically a plant, guys. Like, I feel like I should be able to just weave my way through. Because,
All right, Druid.
I mean, if I can, well, hang on now. If I can determine where it grows, right? Because I can exclude areas. I already said I excluded the tree.
and you're not on the tree yet.
Okay,
You're
but
not to the tree yet.
if you do that, you realize they're right behind you. All of the stuff you just did would make no sense then.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. All right, you know what? Fine. I'll stay in the breach. Just grab the damn fruit so we can get out of here, okay?
It's gonna die down there.
This is my fault, okay?
Okay. No, that's fair. I did. Well, my plan was to Misty step out, but it's fine. I'll survive a turn. I'll end my turn there. That's good.
You'll survive a turn because you have a 28 AC. You'll be fine.
Seriously.
Yeah.
You
All
could be
right,
in for a while.
That ends your turn, Akron.
Yeah.
Esperise.
Before my turn, Danielle Lenoir in the chat did say that these creatures are very interesting. They're very knittable. Does anyone want to give a very precise description of what exactly these fey gremlins look like? In case there's someone who enjoys knitting in the audience.
They're very in terms of their long legs, they're very similar to mommy long legs from Poppy Playtime, if you Google that. And then they have kind of like an almost like bunny like kind of fuzzball shape. Very round, almost like a basketball with fur and big black eyes. And then they do have like these small kind of like almost like chinchilla-like ears. And again, like they start where their arms are in, but when they get really hungry, they just jut out almost very spaghetti-like. And they do have very sharp shrapnel-like teeth. But only when they're hungry. Again, they're very sweet looking and fuzzy and adorable. They're less intimidating when they're not necessarily in front of food.
I adore them. Okay, so for Esperise's turn, first she's gonna look down to see that they're completely immune to her entire wall of fire plant. Okay, and she's going to look upwards. How far above her is the fruit at this point? She's 15 feet up the tree. How high up is the fruit?
Why are you gonna make me do math, man?
45 feet.
Yeah,
It's 45 feet higher than her? Okay, awesome. So she's going to let Wall of Fire drop, and essentially it's like that Aurora Borealis that's smoldering, that's going up, is just gonna retract its way down. Nothing is on fire anymore. And she's going to use Distant Spell Mage Hand to make a glimmering perfect golden hand appear around the fruit. It could be up to 60 feet away from her because she's using Distant Spell for Mage Hand, and she's going to pop that thing off with her other hand. She's going to gesture to, I think she was riding a butterfly on the way over here, just, hello, sweetheart, could you come over here for a moment? Come pick me up, I'm getting out of here.
I will say that the creature will be able to get to you this turn.
Okay, yeah, and she's gonna hold the fruit still like 45 feet above her head, far out of the range of these guys.
All right.
But she's got it. It's up there.
Yeah, I guess Ludin just stares at the fruit. Brought it there.
Like, I did all of this.
I need you to shoot Samson, please. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And then she's just going to position herself a little bit up the tree to be in a good position to lightly step upon her steed when the moment comes. And that's going to end her turn.
Okay. Wow. Ludin upset. climbs 10 feet more up to the very top of the tree. He will take out a rope and just let it dangle towards Akron. So whenever he hops in the tree, he can just climb up a little easier. And then he's gonna look for Samson, who is, I think, like probably like 100 or 200 feet away from Ludin at this point. He's gonna pull out his bow, and he's gonna be like, "Sorry, dude. I don't know why they do this to us. It don't make sense." And he's gonna shoot an arrow at Samson, hopefully, and he'll hit him. Let's see.
Do you have a net?
The dude's like almost 100 something feet away from me. This is the only thing that's gonna hit him.
Oh.
I don't think a net will work anyway. He's got to take damage to break the turn.
Yeah, he has a lot of hit points. He'll be fine. So 20 plus. What's Samson's AC?
You're muted.
You're muted.
The AC as a bird is 14.
Okay, yeah, you get hit. I'll just do regular damage. So it's like, I won't do any extra.
Hunters mark him?
You're not gonna use your fake killing arrow?
A regular arrow. I don't have many left, but I definitely use a regular arrow on him. Sadly, I do max damage with like outing my bonuses. So that's like 2 plus 5. So that's...
Well, only his bird form would take damage though, right? Like he'll just turn back into Samson.
Yeah, but he'll plummet to the earth.
Oh.
So he takes 13 damage, and I just go like, ooh. And Eluded just thinks to himself, dang, only I could suffer from success so hard. And he'll call on Bzzzt to come get him. And he'll be like, hey, buddy. And he'll just signal to Bzzzt for the rest of it. I don't think I need to do anything else. Because Esperise is coming, but Ludin is gonna wait until Akron grabs the rope to fly off.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah. So that's the end of my turn.
All right, pray.
All right. How far away are all of our mounts that we rode over here?
You can call them over to you.
Cool. She's calling all of them. Just the rest of them who haven't started flying our way.
Okay, so if you are intending to leave, we'll say that it gets to you this turn. You're able to hop on.
Okay, well, she's just gonna hover nearby and wait for the rest of her friends.
All right.
She still can't see them, but she assumes that they are coming.
The yellow group over here is their turn. They continue to scamper. You watch as they begin to like noodle their way up the side of the wall. One of the rocks they grab falls like kind of gets pulled out of the wall with a clump of dirt, hits the bottom of their ankle, and they're just like and like you watch as their leg just kind of dangles limply as they begin to continue to attempt to claw up this wall. And that will end the yellow group. Samson.
Okay. I've been shot. I was flying away, scared of my friend. I've been shot. I take enough damage to be Samson again. How high off the ground was I when I fell?
I don't know. How high off the ground were you, Daniel?
I don't know. It has to be high enough that I'm at least above this tree. Otherwise, Ludin couldn't see me.
So you would have to have been 60 feet.
Well,
at least.
I thought there were walls along the side, but he has to go over. Like we were in a dip, right?
He's 60 feet. Yeah, we're in a dip. So
he was 60 feet high.
Yeah.
Right.
So if the walls on the outside are like 20 feet.
So I fell 60 feet to the ground. How much damage? What do I need to do? How much damage do I take?
I believe it's 1d6 for every 10 feet.
I was
10d6.
10. That is.
Yeah, it's 1d6 per 10.
Yeah,
Can
that's
I
what
use
I
a
said.
reaction to
Isn't that what I said?
catch
For 10
him?
feet?
He's so far away.
He's so
Well,
far
did
away.
wait.
Featherfall?
Can't he summon his mount and have it like swoop in and just pow, and then they're safe and fly away?
Homie's gonna fall down and take the damage because of what you did.
You got him.
That's
Just not my fault. Okay.
that's
It's both of you.
No, I'm
And
trying
Deanna
to
for
share the
telling you
blame,
to.
not pass it. It's both our faults.
I wanted you to be a part of the combat, Daniel. That's my only sin.
Careening on the clouds right now.
Did you roll your damage?
I'm waiting, Lauren.
yeah. I said it's d6 per 10 feet. So
Oh, so you want me to roll my own
I'll
damage?
roll it. I'll roll it.
Nah,
I'll roll it.
nah,
No, it's fine.
I like this.
No, I want to
I
roll
like
it.
this,
I wanna
like-
roll it. Nope. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
It's like the go get your own switch situation.
17 bludgeoning
That's what's
damage.
The war flashbacks, the trauma that you just brought up.
Does he turn
17
back into
bludgeoning
a-
damage
Faye.
as you crash into the ground.
I crash into the ground as Samson. Just bam. Okay, and then I'm gonna run. Prairie is invisible, right?
Not anymore.
Not anymore?
No, I am on top of a dragonfly though now.
Are we right here together? Is this both of us?
I don't know where I'm still over
I'm gonna run towards Prey.
Where is Prey? I don't
by
see
the
him.
rock.
What rock?
You don't have line of sight on her. That's why
Oh, wait,
you
hold
don't
on.
see her.
Wait, let me take off invisibility.
Well, he was up in the air.
Yeah, I was in the air.
He might have seen her as he was falling.
So, do you remember where she was?
As you're falling out of the sky, you lock eyes with your
Okay.
Yeah, because
Look.
he's that loyal. He's not worried about himself. He's like, "Where's my queen?" As he's falling.
He does a somersault out of the fall and then starts sprinting towards her. I think that's fair.
She's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck just happened to you?
Yeah, I guess what I'm gonna do is I know we're running away. I think what makes sense is I can see that Fenelai is fighting these creatures. So I think what I'll do is I'll go over and help with that in some way. So I'm gonna wild shape again, but this time I'm gonna turn into a dire wolf. So it's just a blink dog like I always do, but he's like 12 feet long and huge, and very, 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 very similar. But can't do that. So I'm gonna run over here to Finn, and I'm gonna come where these creatures are and get ready to let Finn ride me, and then I'll take the dodge action, and that'll be it. I'm like barking at these things.
All right, and that ends your turn.
It's my turn.
Finn!
You're so fuzzy, Samson! Okay, but I guess, being currently hugged by one of them, right? Are they holding me?
Yeah, they're just like some of their limbs are attached to you. Some of their feet like are wrapped around your ankles.
Okay, so, okay, all right. I got an idea. So how much is the reach of this tree? Like, is it a big tree?
What do you mean? What are you trying to do? Just tell me what you're trying to do.
Okay, so Finn is going to figure out how to try to distract them away from him and the rest of the party. So he is going to use Silent Image to try to make a huge, juicy looking pomegranate that looks very similar to the one hanging up in the tree, only it's bigger looking and it's just very juicy and shiny looking like Fey fruit is. I don't know what it smells like, otherwise I'd make it smell.
It smells
Good.
like a pomegranate, Finn.
Okay, so then I use my Zodiac ability to make it smell like a magical, very potent pomegranate.
Okay. Where are you putting it?
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to figure out because I'm not sure where the tree is.
You don't have to put it on the tree. You can put it on the ground somewhere too.
Okay.
Or on
I guess they're
top
not-
of a rock. You could put it on top of one of the rocks or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. It's like 60 feet, so I'm gonna try and do it maybe 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
You can use like your spiritual weapon as like a placeholder.
Okay.
I need to make a correction. I can't get to Fen because it's all difficult terrain.
That's right.
So I'm actually just over here.
That's okay. I'm gonna jump on you in a minute, so it's fine. All right, I'm gonna put it like right. I think that might be a little farther than 60 feet. Where did I go? I disappeared. But that's, I think, around where I want to put it. Just like far away, but visible enough to most of them. Maybe I'll put it like here-ish.
Exactly 60 feet where you have it.
I think I'll put it there, just so that way, well, sorry, I'm like trying to figure out the best visible place for everybody to see it. And Finn's just gonna be like, look everyone! Look at that really juicy looking pomegranate! Wow! And then, do they let go of me or no?
Oh, they let immediately the green ones just get and they immediately turn around and let go of you.
Yeah, and so he's gonna run past them
They
and do
have
a little
7
roll.
intelligence. Like there's no, they're dumb as a doornail.
They're doing their
You
best.
take one step. That's what you're gonna do.
All right, awesome. So Finn is going to. It won't let me put both on the screen for some reason, so I'll just draw it, the pomegranate. But Finn's going to run and do a little roll and jump on the back of Big Wolf Samson and hug his furry neck.
Okay, keeping in mind the terrain is difficult.
Okay, I have.
So you can go 5 feet.
Yeah.
I can go 5 feet.
5 feet.
Oh, well then I guess I'll just.
This combat, Brandon said, fuck all of you.
Okay, now there's 2 of me, so, but I'll just go 5 feet, I suppose.
Don't you have a mount? Just call your mounts over and jump on it.
No, you know what I have is I have Misty Step, so.
Go.
You just cast spiritual weapons. So it's 2 weapons.
Yeah.
It's
No,
2
no, Finn didn't. I asked Finn to use spiritual weapon as a placeholder for the pomegranate.
Oh, okay.
So I think I can still use Misty Step because it's a bonus action. My Zodiac is a once per long rest thing. It doesn't say bonus or action. So I think I can do all of that in one turn.
Yeah, you should be able to.
I still do my roll. I'm just going to do it in the air and then like float and then land on Samson's back. Yeah.
Boom! Landed on Samson's back. Samson's back as you misty step through the air over these fey gremlins as they hungrily begin digging through this thick brush that has grown from the ground, desperately trying to make their way toward this juicy pomegranate that you have conjured before them, and you can see the drool just kind of dripping down into their fur. And that end your turn?
Yes.
Which will lead us to green team, which can only move. They can only move 5 feet. They're gonna move 5 feet. They are going to. Yeah, that'll end their turn. All right, that leads us to the blue. Only one blue can see the pomegranate because all the other ones on the other side of the wall, and it is opaque, so they cannot see it. So this one blue guy is going to start shuffling through the thick grasses. However, these guys over here, one of them is first is going to move 5 feet. Give me that roll, Christian.
What was their save?
Don't tell, because I could adjust it if I need to.
Well, I need to know what their save is so that I can roll
16.
the damage. Okay, yeah. So I'm not. Never mind. It doesn't matter. They take 2d6. 10.
10. You again as this one moves, 2 more split off into as the body rips and the other begin to manifest and they tremor and 2 more bodies begin to form. And let's see, they with their range. I think only 5 can reach you.
Okay.
Reach me?
No, Akron.
Should be all 6.
Oh, you're right. No, that one is 2. 12.
Brandon's face.
Bro, you have a 20. You're fine.
That's
Like-
a natural 20.
I was literally about to say they can only hit you with a that.
It's a natural
Oh,
20.
that's the only way they can hit me. Okay. Oh yeah, we said cutting words doesn't work on a nat 20, right?
You've already used your reaction
Cast shield.
to cast
I
shield.
did, yeah. That's why I got a 28. You're right. Okay.
The 5 does not hit. That is an 18. And the last one is a 15. So the natural 20 does hit.
Okay.
I don't have this calculator. I believe it's double the dice. That is 16 slashing damage.
Not bad. For a nat 20, I'll take that all day.
And that will end Delta Team Blue. I don't know, I just like to say Delta Team. It probably doesn't make any sense, but Red is going to. We have these 2 that are already within the wall. This guy's gonna move. This guy's gonna move with his dex save. That is a fail.
18.
18 damage. This guy immediately explodes. Is gonna take 2d. These 2 over here are gonna take 2d6. This one splits. This one splits.
It's getting kind of crowded down there, Akron.
And
Notice.
you just watch. It's almost like it's like like these little bits of fur kind of like popping off, very much like gremlins, like in the movie, and like they begin to kind of like grow, and another one pops off and begins to grow as well, and they are. It's just a sea of gangly arms and fur that has begun to form.
Things multiply like rabbits, dude.
Yeah.
Akron, it is your turn.
Real
Okay.
quick though, shout out to Flock Obama who just gave 1 million subscriptions. I don't know, like
Yo!
Oh my goodness.
Thank you
Thank
so
you, we
much.
love you.
Thank you for the thank you for the gifted subs.
10 tier 1 subs. Thanks, man.
270 subs.
Fuck Obama, you the GOAT.
Holy
Truth.
cow.
Truth. Goat.
All right, well, you say you love this channel as long as you have breath in your body. We will love you as long as we have breaths in our bodies. And there's like so many of us.
Yeah, we got
No!
7 times the breath.
10 more subs.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
snap!
gosh.
280, baby.
Thank you so much.
Gonna get his own
Everyone, give Flock Obama some snog rainbow hearts in
Barack
the
Obama
chat.
has chosen war. I love war.
All right. What happens?
Fuck Obama still, he's still looting army until the end. Thank you.
How we do it, boy? Looting army. That's my general right there, peeps. Pay army.
We seriously
Oh,
need
yeah.
to do an army t-shirts, yo.
We do. I need to make some Luden Army t-shirts. All right, Akron.
All right, Akron. Yeah, it's getting a little crowded down here, bro.
It's getting hard to move. There are arms reaching for you in all directions.
I mean, they want me. What can I say? I'm going to cast Misty Step. I can see Luden on top of Bzzzt, right?
Mhm.
How far away is he from me?
I'm 60 feet
60
up, but you have a rope hanging down 50 feet from me.
I do have a rope. Can I get to the rope by moving one space since I'm technically in difficult terrain? Because he hung it from the tree, right?
No, I'm holding on to it.
Oh. In that case, can I just misty step to the rope?
How
So I
long-
don't take any
Yeah,
attack?
your rope is what? How long is rope typically?
50 feet is usually what it is for whatever.
So he's just gonna like smile real big and go peace y'all and just misty step out from around all of these things, and he's going to appear 30 feet in the air and grab onto the rope and begin to climb.
You begin to climb.
Yep. And I just hop on the back of Bzzzt with Ludin, and I'm like, did we get the fruit? We good?
Esperice's mage hand is currently holding it.
That's right. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Are we good? Can we?
Luda just looks at Akron and just goes, "You just shh. Okay, you've done enough. Okay, you have done enough." Because Luda has seen the entire battlefield this entire time and is seeing how everything is affecting his friends.
If you've ever tried,
That's right. I don't know about Samson. I'm like, I did do enough. You're absolutely right. High five.
if you've ever tried to run through like a very very tall, thick-grown field, like you've seen Finn and Praeria and Samson from up here, like high-kneeing, jumping high-kneeing, trying to get this grass.
But they aren't surrounded by little furry, spindly leg creatures, are they?
No, they are not.
So you're welcome.
All right, Esperice, it is your turn.
I'm going to maintain the mage hand. I'm going to take a delicate little step onto my dragonfly companion. Thank you so much. Going to take a look around.
Is there anyone trapped, like on the ground floor, who doesn't have a ride yet? Looks like everybody's cool.
I think everyone has arrived.
Yeah, we're all up in the.
You're high enough that you should be able to see. Yeah, you see Prey is like looking up. Because she had mentioned that she's waiting to make sure everyone's good.
Yes.
I am going to essentially. I'm high enough up that I am going to hold my action and try to ascend at the same time as Praeria. But as I ascend, my mage hand is essentially going to meet me in the air. I'm just going to hold that fruit to my chest like real tight. Just like,
it's like softball. It's pretty big.
I have a very smug isn't quite the right term, but just like look on her face as she starts to fly away with that fruit. Only once Praeria has lifted off, though.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's all I need to do. I am getting out of there. You've got your. Finn looks nervous, but Finn's on the back of a dog. Finn's fine.
Yeah, Finn's over here just like, yeah.
Okay.
Finn's having a great time.
I think at this point in combat, I don't think there's any way for them, like, I feel like there's no way for them to really get to you guys by the time you escape. So we will say that you are all able to get on your mounts, you're able to fly away, as you're flying up and away from this massive fairy circle, and you look down back at them as they get to your illusionary pomegranate fin, and they just
I wish I could make it real for them. Sorry, little guys.
and then you just see both of them. They continue to try and grab it over and over. Their spindly arms just frantically trying to grab, and their fingertips their little fuzzy fingertips going through this pomegranate illusion that you've created, and they don't understand why they can't pick it up and grab it.
The guilt is immeasurable.
I hate it.
He's the one that
monsters.
says something. It's really sad that Ludin's the one that thinks this. Because Luda's like, I definitely would have just killed all of them. But he sees like how sad Finn and everybody are looking at the thing. He flies near Esperice and goes, hey, pomegranates have lots of seeds. Like that's their whole thing. Why don't you just, and then throw one and Akron, do your thing again, and give them another tree, let them have pomegranates, and let's go.
What a good idea, Ludin. Ludin has a heart.
Yeah, I actually think that could work, right? If she gives Akron a seed and I cast plant growth, it would make a pomegranate tree, right?
Give him another tree. Let him
Can we
live.
make the tree of bloom again?
I'm gonna keep running from the creatures that are trying to kill us for the pomegranate we stole.
I think That's a very lovely idea that we will revisit.
We could always come back, yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think that's a lovely idea after we have made the wine. If this is okay. Let's go.
I don't care about these things. I wanted to kill him. I just
No, I think it's very lovely. I think that's a fantastic idea, Loudon. I love it very
It was
much.
your idea, Ludin.
Ludin really cares.
And he's almost crying. He said, I don't want to hear that all the way back, but okay, let's go.
Can we take one with us?
No. Here is okay, we're flying away at this point. This is a conversation that's happening.
This is happening as you're flying back to the winery.
Yeah.
Here is, a sort of suggestion for an after the fact kind of idea. Once Priaria returns and regains the throne, takes on all that, whatever process that takes, we can all come, nice little vacation, perhaps without guards, maybe some, I don't know, royal botanists or something, come visit, give some seeds, make a nice vacation out of it. But we are on limited time scale at this present moment, and it seems that they have survived for quite some time without the fruit growing, considering that the vintner said that no one ever goes there. So they'll be okay for a while, yes?
They eat each other and
Hey,
there's
Fred.
no fruit.
Right.
No. Yes?
I know that Esperis is thinking happily and logistically and stuff like that, but if you ever have enemies in a huge city, just take one, drop it, no more enemies. Day or two, you're fine. You just got to surround the city. Keep that in mind.
Sure, I will consider using the rabbit gremlins as some form of biological warfare.
Good. It'll save a bunch of your lives. The Fae people's lives, I think. Huh. So about this wine.
Yeah. We got to go see the vintner, right?
Yeah.
Grubbles.
Grubbles.
Is that the only ingredient we needed?
That's the one he told us to go and get.
Oh. No wonder he doesn't want to come out here to get it.
Yeah.
I don't know if Grubbles knows about this. He said, first of all, Samson, how do you feel? Esperis, how do you feel? Do y'all feel sick or pray?
In the presence of the fruit?
Yeah, he said you guys are supposed to feel off. You know what?
Oh.
Akron, you probably fell off. So it makes sense that you did the crazy things that you did to our friends today.
I just fall over. I just
Samson again.
off balance.
No, Samson, get up!
It's all good. But okay, we could. I guess if y'all feel good, I guess we could just go back to the vintner and.
I think it was a successful trip.
Mm.
Well, I
want to point out, Ludin shot Samson for max damage. I just want to point that out before we leave.
Wait, did you get to grow the pomegranate tree?
No, I don't think we stick around for that.
Aw.
No, in case Finn was paying attention, Esperis said no.
Oh, I wasn't. My green screen's wigging out so
you're
bad, so I've been
totally
trying to fix it.
So, but Esperis very much said, fuck those gremlins. I don't know how much of this fruit we need. We can come back later.
All right, let's go brain drain Esperis' dad.
Yeah, pack aside.
You all arrive back safely with pomegranate in hand, back at the winery, where the mastercraft vintner Grubbles, the red cap, resides. And as you land and fly down, you all see just kind of sitting that treant, just kind of sitting, his massive legs covered in berry juice from crushing the fruit. And he's just sitting, and he has his head down, and he's holding his arms like this.
Ludin looked at.
Why so glum, chum?
Oh my goodness! Ludin's trying
Wrong?
Are you alright?
We don't need to talk to this dude. It's about.
Yes, we do. He's sad.
Perhaps you are upsetting him. Are you alright?
He looks up, and as he looks up, you see splotches of fruit juice on his face, and he goes, "Fairies play tricks, throw things at bark."
Mark?
Bark.
Bark.
Mark.
I thought it was Mark.
Well, where are the fairies?
Bark. Smack over there.
So you got him back then?
They're dead. This
Yeah,
dude is
shit.
Are they dead?
Dead.
Those things are flat. Okay.
It's just a pile of dead fairies on the ground.
Bark don't like tricks.
Well, now they know that
is
they
fair.
Like bugs on a window.
Well, maybe you don't like tricks because you need to learn how to do tricks.
No,
Not
No.
for tricks.
Bark, I feel you, man. They tricked me out a lot too. But now they don't trick me no more. And it seems like you taking care of the problem. And I bet you they're not going to trick you anymore. And if they do, hit them again.
Fairies always trick Bark. And he turns his head and you see like this it looked like kind of moss like hair at first, but he turns his head and you see that these fairies have essentially given him a moss mullet.
That's pretty good, though.
A moss. Do you want us to take? Do you want us to get rid of the moss for you, man? Bark.
Yes.
Akron will look over at Esperise. He'll be like, "You can do the cleaning thing, right?"
Esperise was fully not paying attention to anything that was happening. She's just looking down at the pomegranate in her hands.
Perhaps Esprit should go ahead and we can take care of.
Okay.
Well,
I mean,
fine.
I will begin to press to digitate the stuff off of him.
I guess Looted will just say, all right, point out which ones it is. And he'll just start walking up with his short sword.
Wait, Luden, let me talk to them. Don't.
I like the
We can go
vastly
ahead
different
and talk
parenting
to
styles
them.
here. It's like, oh, are you okay? Lude's like, which one of them was it? I got you. Point them out.
Ray is like trying to usher Esperise ahead. Like we can go ahead and talk while they.
Yeah,
attempt
we'll
to
take
bark.
care of this. It shouldn't take too long.
No.
Yeah,
It's
no,
very
we
easy.
don't-
Suggestion is fine.
Come here, fairies.
Luden, just wait. We can do this.
Walk off.
Follow Luden. He doesn't murder
You,
people.
Esperise, you watch as like Luden's like hunched over, like he's got a mission. He's got his sword, and Fiddlei's like, wait, as he chases after him.
We are easily distracted, Esperise. I'm sorry.
No,
Perhaps
it's
we should not
completely
leave
fine.
them alone.
I am happy they have found things to engage them. It's. I'm going to make some wine. Feel free to pursue whatever paths interest you in this place.
Is the tree clean? Is Bart clean after I prejudiced him?
Yeah, you essentially remove all of the moss on his head.
And the splotches on his face.
He goes.
And then go inside.
He looks like he's about to say something, and he goes, "Oh,
I turn around. What's up, buddy?
thanks."
You are so welcome, dude. Anytime, buddy.
And he just kind of like waves while he's standing there.
I wave back. I give him a
And
little knuckle touch.
he gives you the knuckle bump, and he just stands there staring at you. And he will continue to do so awkwardly.
That's
he's
cool.
like he's confused.
I talk to plants all the time. That's just how they are.
Thank you so much, Bark. Could you point us in the direction of Grabbles, please?
He like you watch as his massive arm lifts up, and he points over to the warehouse.
Thank you so much. We very much appreciate your assistance. Good afternoon.
And he just stands there and watches you walk away very awkwardly. As you all make your way over to the warehouse, you do walk in and you do find Grubbles. He is with his little counterpart assistant, the little mushroom, the animated mushroom that's just kind of wiggling, and it's just. It's a good joke. Oh, I wasn't expecting you to come back so soon, or at all.
We were looking just for a little bit of advice. We have found something interesting, and we were hoping maybe we could use some of your equipment or your winemaking space to try our hand at our own vintner thing, if it is a word.
What have you brought? I do like new things and surprises.
Is the room empty other than him and his mushroom?
Just vats of barrels fermenting. It's just him and his mushroom counterpart.
I do absolutely want you to communicate if this is something that you're not comfortable with, or you do not want to have him on your property. Completely understand. However, we have procured a fruit. They will produce the little pomegranate.
Oh, have you now? And he'll hold it out to examine it.
I would, of course, I would very much like you to engage with this object, but as you said before, we do not know how it interacts with the Fae.
What do you mean? Where'd you get it?
We found it at the very edge of the wild.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Oh, I'm glad you said something. I wouldn't want to touch that with my hands. I hope you still remember your name.
I do. Is that something that can happen if someone touches the fruit, that they forget names?
Oh, well, you want to be very delicate with anything that's across that wall. It's very delicate, like a fruit, I'm sure, and even the pollen.
Do you have any estimation if we were to make it into some kind of wine? Would it be particularly dangerous to people of the Fae? Do you have any idea what the kind of effects would?
That's one way to put it. Empty all.
What is another way to put it, Crabbles?
Oh, not gonna have a single thing in your noggin, that's for sure.
Right. Does it, out of curiosity, does it depend on the amount that you imbibe, or is it just a single sip is empty forever?
Well, that depends on what you want to make with it. You could, of course, you could make, I say you, but I, of course, have the skills to do so. But you see, you could make a very strong imbibation, a libation of sorts, that upon first sip, you forget everything humanly possible, or fate possible. Or I could make something a little bit weaker, where it is a little slower, but it's assuredly, the more you drink it, the more you're gonna forget. But you won't be conscious of knowing what you're forgetting.
When you say forget everything,
Fae fruit here is much more potent. It works a little bit opposite.
Do you forget how to breathe?
I sure don't know. I've never drank something like that, but I'm sure if you drink enough, you might. If you drank the whole thing. But, of course, it depends on how much and how diluted you're wanting it.
Yes, of course. And if I were to be interested in having you to create this kind of wine from this fruit, what would this run in terms of cost?
As long as I get to keep some of the seeds, I will do it for free. Well, technically free.
Obviously, you do not have to answer this question, but I do feel a certain amount of responsibility to ask, what are you planning to do with the seeds, Scrabble?
I don't know. The fact that you were able to procure something like this, man, I'm going to think for real hard for a while as to what I'm going to do with them.
I will need to keep at least one seed for myself. This is okay?
As long as I get to keep at least 5.
Excellent. Yes, yes, I would like to be there for the process, if this is okay.
It's very dangerous now.
I would like to be there. Thank you.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. This is what I do. It is the thing that I am good at. Please let me persuade. At 28.
He goes, are you interested in learning the fermentation arts?
I am very interested. I have a background, in perfumery, and this is a different kind of dilution process from what I know.
Was very, very different from perfumery, but I haven't had an apprentice in some time. Perhaps you're interested.
Oh, I would certainly be interested. I know I will be in and out of the area for a while, but we'll start with today's lesson, and then if I find myself in the area again, we will work out a more long-term contract. I would be very fascinated in this idea.
Oh, yeah, of course. I would expect nothing less. You will assuredly will be just completely dazzled by my proficiency in the fermentation arts. But please, it'll take at least a day's work if you'll follow me. And he kind of like he goes over to a cabinet, and you watch as he pulls out. It looks like a metallic cloth, and he just drop it right there, and you can see that he essentially, with your passive insight, he doesn't want to touch it.
Yeah. It takes Esperise a second, and she looks down into her hands and looks at the fruit and examines it and looks at him, and she seems to have a hard time letting go of it, but she will put it in the cloth, and then she'll prestidigitate her hands to make sure she has no oils or toxins from the fruit before she does it. She'll put her hand on his shoulder and be right there next to him. Turn.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
She was going to turn to the party, essentially nod at them, smile. She's going to subtle cast message to them. A day. Is a day all right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I will go as fast as I can, and if I can make the old man go faster, I promise I will.
Appreciate it.
So, he takes you into his workshop, essentially, and he asks you to stand far back, but close enough to where you can observe. You watch as he, essentially jumps into, he has his little other red cap put together like a tub, and you watch as this little mushroom begins to, very much like Sorcerer, Mickey's Sorcerer Apprentice.
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Yeah, this little mushroom goes back and forth with buckets of some very thick gelatinous clear goo and begins pouring it in a tub over and over again until it fills up. And then you watch as this red cap strips down to his knickers and he gets into this goo and just kind of submerges himself. And it looks like he is covering himself with what looks to be a kind of fey Vaseline. And he gets out and he goes,
Okay.
all right. I should express, this is to, of course, make sure I remain fully intact up here in the old house. And he walks over and he begins very meticulously peeling back, using a knife, kind of peel it back, and it's very surgical for a piece of fruit. But yes, you essentially watch him take all the seeds out. He does reserve 5, and he reserves the 1 for you. And he will put those all in kind of like a lead-lined box, and he will express, don't touch the seed, whatever you do. And then he will go back, and he will, for the rest of the 24 hours, he will juice, and he will begin a fey fermentation of very sweet wine of sorts.
Does he rest at any point during this night, or does he work through the night to do it?
He is so excited. He has never seen a fruit like this before, and being the connoisseur and the artisan that he is like, he is wigging out. He is geeking out as his little red cap but he will spend all night working and fermenting. So there is time if you guys would like to do something.
I would say Esperise is fully not taking a rest. She is staying with him for the entire process, obsessing.
You will take a level of exhaustion.
I sure will. But that's all Esperise is up to.
Ruben's not going to let that happen. He's going to walk over to Esperise and he's going to be like, okay, sleep for 8 hours so that when you brain drain your dad, everything will go according to plan. I will watch this dude. I'll take a watch, but sleep, okay? Like, if we're going to do this, let's do it right. I'm not going to let him do anything to make me stay here longer, okay? If Ludin will whisper in her ear, if he tries to do some crazy shit, I will shoot him in the head. You know, it will be fine.
He hears you and he goes, oh, well, you would be quite the leapfrog competent, yes, you would. And he turns around and continues working.
Okay, get to sleep. And then Luda will just sit down and look at this dude stamp on grapes, I guess.
It's
really
they're not grapes, they're pomegranate seeds.
Pomegranate seeds. He will look so disinterested. He's a little upset that he's having to stay another day in the Feywild. Because he just as each hour passes, he goes like, that's another day. That's another day. But he also thinks, oh my God, they're actually
as you do as you do that, as you just whisper, that's a day. Grubbles catches wind of you saying that, and he goes, he starts bobbing his head as he works, and he goes, take one down, pass it around, and he just begins singing.
Oh my God. Okay, well, at some point, like in the 6 hour mark or something like that, Luda like, oh, Grubbles, I need my wine.
Oh yes, if you will you go take care of that? And you see as the little like mushroom cat just kind of like wobbles like he's a muppet. he goes and he comes back with his arms just wobbling back to side, and he gives you 2 bottles of wine. I believe it was 2, right?
All right. Yeah, it was 2.
Yeah.
1 for each of them. And Luda will just wait these 8 hours. And before Finn and Akron wake up, he'll just sneak in wherever they're sleeping and just leave them in front of their beds. He's going to try and do it to where they don't wake up. Because Luda doesn't care about the credit. It's all about just getting the gifts. And then he'll just go back and go to sleep whenever Esperise wakes back up. So
y'all may take your long rest.
At some point during Esperise's long rest, she's going to talk to some people. But I know folks were talking to fairies and maybe doing other stuff here, so I can save that for after scenes happen.
Yeah, can I talk to the fairies before I take a long rest?
Ludin was also there. They were good cop, bad cop to the fairies.
Both of you make an investigation check.
Ludin, are you with me? Let's do it.
Now let's go defeat the pranksters. You got a 21 on my investigation.
Okay.
I got a 5.
Okay. Finn,
No!
you of course don't see anything because you are too distracted with Ludin, I guess, trying to keep up with him.
Yeah.
And you're also inverted, so
Yeah.
there we
Oh my gosh. There we go.
Ludin,
Cynthia, it's always Cynthia.
it's
Always Cynthia.
Ludin, you begin to hear like a kind of like a.
He immediately looks down at the ground and is like just waiting for like he's trying to get around whatever poop is out there. He knows. He knows. He keeps like his feet on his high knees, tiptoeing around whatever he sees. But he's looking for these fairies, and he'll tell Finn to watch his step too, because apparently he's not paying attention. Like, hey,
Watch my step where?
I don't know.
Well, if I'm looking at the floor, how am I supposed to find the fairies?
You wanna
I thought
keep
they
it-
fly.
Okay, because they will be taken forever from you. I don't know how. Okay, so he'll keep his sword and like just be in front of him, like tapping around, but then listening for.
You
going towards the-
immediately, as you guys are having this conversation, hear a
Did you hear that? I think it was that way.
Okay. So I'm gonna let you talk to him first,
Okay.
because I'm not gonna really talk to him if
Right.
it gets to the point to where I need to talk to him.
You're gonna stand behind me and look menacing.
No, I'm gonna. Sure.
Yeah. You're gonna be like the enforcer.
That is a word for it, Finn. Yes, I will be the
Yeah.
enforcer.
Okay, let's go find them. Fairies. Okay, we follow the noise of the.
You don't you don't see them, but you do hear them, and they're just like,
What do you want? What?
Oh my!
I think that fairies really like honey. Should we try to like lure them in?
Do you have honey?
I'm gonna start shooting arrows.
Wait. You said I could talk to them first. Okay.
How cruel and mean!
I think my alchemy jug makes honey, maybe? I don't know. Does it?
sure.
Okay, I'll take out my alchemy jug and just like knock on it. Honey. And just make a little bit of a glop next to me. See, we do have honey. But you can't have any until you talk with us.
We would love to talk with you, but your friend shoots arrows.
Yeah, he's, does that, but he's not going to do it right now.
We're going to steal his shoes.
Well, don't steal his shoes because then he will shoot you.
Well, he
Ludin will-
already shot at us.
He'll put Ludin will pick up Cynthia and just like start waving her out like in the front.
Like a crucifix, but the opposite.
That's his friend. She's also not very nice.
We're talking about fairies. Don't talk about Cynthia. We'll just keep doing that.
We just want to talk with you a little bit.
What do you want? Talking's no fun. We've got things to do.
Well, I just figured we could talk to you because we heard about the tricks that you were doing on
Bark.
Mark. Bark.
He's so dumb.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk to you about. I think, personally, I am a trickery master myself,
You're funny.
No, that wasn't a joke. That was actually true. Like, I'm a trickery cleric, so I do a lot of, trickery spells. And I just think it's kind of sad, really, that y'all are going after, treants that are pretty easy, easy targets.
They are really big.
They are very big, but it's not very hard to trick somebody that's not very smart.
You're right.
Ludin
Mhm.
casts detect magic.
And, we did just come across some really hard things to trick, actually. I just got done tricking them, actually. Like, earlier today. With this. I'd do a little bit of an image next to them, then pop it back, disappear it again.
Okay. What is the image?
It's the pomegranate, I think, that I did before.
Okay.
And who were you trying to trick? With a fruit?
Oh, they're pretty dangerous little creatures, actually. They're called... Ludin, what are they called?
I didn't get a name. I just wanted to. I don't know. They're so tricky. They don't even have a name.
Yeah, they're like little
Find 'em.
fuzzy things. They got long legs. They do this a lot. And they split. And they try to hug you to death if you're not fast enough. But I don't know if you'd be up to that kind of challenge, personally. I mean, if you're like targeting treants that aren't smart or fast enough to even keep up with you.
Make a
Doesn't really
persuasion check.
Okay.
Though this is difficult.
Okay. God, my rolls are so bad today. 13. Come on, Luden.
We think you're right. We will find someone else to prank.
That's not us, right?
What would make you think that?
No reason. It's just, remember, Luden has arrows, and he doesn't like being tricked. I've tried it, and he's tried to shoot me on numerous occasions. Right, Luden?
Luden just looks at Finn and like he just goes like, "Is it okay now?"
No,
Like,
it's not okay to shoot them yet. Not yet.
okay. Luden just continues to detect magic up.
You
What do you
hear
wanna say?
you hear a flit and silence.
They disappear.
You don't. I mean, you heard their wings beat often.
Oh, okay. I think we might have convinced them, Luden.
Okay, Finn.
They seemed pretty, convinced. Maybe they'll go try to, trick those little gremlin things.
Okay, Finn.
Job well done. He'll, pat Luden on the shoulder. We make a great team. Let's go back.
Luden will whisper into Cynthia's ear. I'm going to be asleep for 8 hours tonight. That is the only time that I will be vulnerable. If they come for us, you know what to do.
Don't worry, Papa. I know where they are all the time.
Maybe you should play some tricks on them while I sleep.
Oh, you mean the winged ones? Would you like me to rip their wings off, Papa?
You do what you have to do. And Luden will walk back very confident, knowing that things will be taken care of tonight.
One way or another.
And you just hear. And her head just goes kirk, and her hair just kind of flops down.
Heck yeah.
And a spider crawls out of one of her eyeball sockets.
Really got to get her some eyes. But yeah, that's all. I guess that's all she wrote. You tried, Finn. You tried.
I mean, I tried. I did it.
You tried, buddy. Let's go see what the rest of everybody else is up to, okay?
Okay.
That's where this adventure, I guess, begins for Cynthia.
Anyone else? Anything that you want to do before we take our long rest?
Yeah. I think Akron, seeing how obsessive Esperise has been about this whole pomegranate thing, I think Akron is going to talk to her if at all possible.
Is he gonna wait until after Luden kicks her out of the winery to go sleep, or does?
Yeah.
He's preparing for bed then, looking very tense.
He just opens the door. He doesn't knock. Hey, you okay?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm not the one about to go,
Yes, to put it poetically, yeah. No, I feel you.
He'll come in and he'll close the door. Say, you seem tense, nervous.
I think I'm usually tense and nervous, but like you said, there is some, justice in it, and some things that I am being guided towards. So I do nothing if I don't do what must be done.
There is justice in it. Is that all there is?
I figure, if I can be completely honest with you,
I hope so.
that so long as it is just, it doesn't matter if I enjoy it.
Are you trying to convince me, or?
Well, I don't know. I am interested in your opinion.
He'll go sit on the bed. Kind of like hold his head in his hands. He'll say, when we were in the prison, and he stares at the ground as he says this, as if like the memory is playing out on the ground in front of him. And he'll say, when we were in the prison, fighting to save Prey's family, right before we went inside, I spoke to Ludin. Or rather, he spoke to me. He asked me a question. He asked me if I wanted to be a man or a monster. And he warned me that joining this group would turn me into the latter. Now, I'm no stranger to fighting, obviously. I'm no stranger to killing. You know, no stranger to conflict. But, you know, I always had something to fight for. And he'll look up from the ground and look you in the eyes. He says, protecting the Feywild, saving the royal family, you know, defending those who can't defend themselves, occasionally fighting for my own life, right? Doing what we do. He'll look at his hands and look back up at Jesus. We are enders at Reese. We ended the Hag. We ended Elrixis. We ended all of her followers. To our enemies, we are enders. But once it's all said and done, who are we after that? He'll kind of rub his hands together, and he'll use like the healing magic from lay on hands and have and like his hands begin to glow a little bit. He'll say, when I was in the orchard, you know, with Leonthus and the others, it was explained to me that there are two kinds of enders. There are defenders and offenders. And he'll tap the shield on his back that Samson gave him. He'll say, I've done my best to be a defender, because even during the bloodshed and even during the carnage, I want to be able to enjoy the peace afterwards. I love playing the grass whistle. I love dancing with sprites. I love getting in foot races with satyrs and losing every time because they're fast as hell. And that's why I'll do whatever it takes to defend the Feywilds, even if I have to get my hands dirty. I can't begin to understand how you feel towards your father. I never knew mine. Sometimes I think about why he never came back. Did he leave me here? Did he lose me? You know, the orchard is in the material plane. He could have come back at any time. But I try not to dwell on that stuff because it's something that I don't understand. I'm not telling you to spare him, and I'm not telling you to kill him. I'm asking you, are you defending or are you offending? And will you be able to live with yourself once his brain is in a vat or whatever?
Right? These are all things to think about. That's you've given me a lot to think about. I think I will take all of this into consideration, and I will. Thank you.
He'll stand up and say I know it's a difficult choice. You're in a tough spot. Just think about yourself as much as you think about him. Okay? And yeah, he'll see himself out.
Esperise will finish washing her face. She'll be completely without her makeup. She'll still be in her vestments. She pretty much sleeps in those too. And she will, if we have time, she would like to talk to Finn before going to break, if we have time to do that. She's essentially going to crawl into, I don't know if we're in sleeping bags or hammocks or how we're set up here, but wherever he's pulled up, she's going to crawl in beside him. Now, normally when they share a bed, probably Finn is noticed because he has a high passive perception or whatever, but she'll usually wake up before him, put her makeup on, and then come back into bed. So you very rarely see her without any makeup. And she is completely barefaced. Her hair is like in a braid. She never ties her hair back. She's got her vestments on, but they're kind of tied so that they're comfortable and to the side. And she'll just kind of curl up into the bed with her head on her hand on the pillow and kind of gently nudge him to see if he wakes up.
Yeah, so he was probably dozing at that point. So when he gets poked, he will wake up, he'll see her with her makeup off, which is very unusual, and he'll just like jolt up and be like, is it an emergency? What's going on? What's wrong?
And she'll be talking quietly. I don't know if there's other people in this room with us, but she wants to talk quietly enough so it's just them talking. Everything's okay. I just wanted to ask you something. I'm sorry to wake you up. I know it's late.
Oh, no, of course. Yeah, sure. What's going on?
Grabbles told me that it's possible with the most potent version of the wine that we make, that my father might forget how to walk, how to talk, how to breathe, that he might, upon imbibing it, asphyxiate on the ground like a fish that you catch and throw onto the pier to watch it die.
Kind of like the guy we saw earlier when we first came to the Feywild, except I think he still remembered how to breathe.
This would be more painful, I think.
Forever?
Maybe.
How do you feel about that?
What if I wanted to do that? Would you still be? How would you?
Is it reversible?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe not.
Hmm.
I suppose it's really not up to me. I mean, that's your choice in the end. How I'd feel about you if you chose to do that.
Yeah. Would you think that I was a monster?
I don't think so. But I'm trying to put myself in your shoes. And I'm trying to think if there's something like that happened to you or Cassius, if somebody did that to one of my friends, I might want them to suffer too. And I guess that's not very nice, but he's been making your mom suffer for a long time in that locket, hasn't he?
Yes. And he has my brother's name, and I have every reason to be angry, but if I want to, see him suffer, do you still care for me?
Finn's gonna reach over and take her hand. Reese, I'm not gonna ever stop caring for you. I don't really care about Helianthus that much at all. I don't care what happens to him. He's cruel. And he's terrible. And he doesn't care what happens to other people. And yeah, sure, I do care about some of the random things we come across, like, the cake in Mimi's dream, or, the little fluffy things we found, but they're innocent. Helianthus isn't. And what comes his way, he asked for it. Through his actions. And just because somebody hasn't dealt it to him doesn't mean he doesn't deserve it. You might just be the one to do it. You're the one that probably deserves it the most, you and your brother.
She smiles at Finn. And she kind of settles down. He's significantly shorter than she is by I think 5 or 6 inches, but she's still gonna settle so her head is on his chest. And she's just gonna kind of speak to his chest at this point. Asteria knew exactly what I was. And she loved me anyway.
Kind of how you pick the people you surround yourself, right? The rest will filter themselves out. I think what's important, though, is that, sure, I'll be able to still care about you, but I want you to be able to at least live with yourself at the end of all of it, And if you feel like you're going to be able to come out of the other end of it, with, I don't know, this feeling of justice as opposed to regret.
What if I just smashed his head in with a big hammer? Would that be better?
I mean, it'd be quicker, probably more painless. It's not like we haven't done that sort of thing before.
Yeah.
But I think your method, he's going to glance around a little bit to make sure no one else is listening in. It might leave an example for the rest of everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I promise I will be. She's in a bizarre mood. She came to you, makeup less, looking so sad, on the verge of tears, and she now is just oh, haha, making some little jokes, curled up in your chest. She looks content and ready to bed down. I know, I will. I am considering all of this. I promise I will make the choices that are best for everyone. I don't forget that.
Have you talked to Avriel about it at all?
No. I will. Don't worry. I've got everything under control and everything is going to be okay.
You know what I meant, though, about leaving an example, right? Like, no one's gonna mess with Avriel if they see what happened to your dad.
I know. Good night, Sue.
Night, Reese. See you in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna give her like a kiss on the top of the head. Just like lean back.
When Esprit gets up to finish her 24 hours with Grubbles,
Luden doesn't wake
Lauren,
up.
Luden will come wake her up?
Not wake
Or
up.
you don't? Well, she's gonna wake up after 8 hours anyway. But Lauren, Esprit is going to ask for option 3 of what I sent you this morning. We can't hear you at all.
I muted because I didn't want to interrupt the beautiful things that were happening. I'll look at it again during break.
Okay, beautiful. And that's Esprit will curl up and cuddle Finn and smile and fall asleep.
I will say, if you do wake up with your 8 hours, you do see a bottle of wine just sitting right in front of you. No idea where it came from. But yeah.
He's probably wake up before Finn and just kind of like tuck it under his arm so he can wake up with the present. Like the Indiana Jones thing where you place one thing with another, she's gonna slither out and put the wine bottle in.
Do we know what it looks like? Like, what kind of wine is it?
You asked for birthday wine, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Whatever that means. He said happy.
We'll say this is.
It was at least 5 years worth of happy memory, like 5 birthdays worth, because Akron was turning 5 today.
So these bottles, they look like very clear, but like there looks to be like these kind of like iridescent, multicolored ribbons of confetti just kind of floating around, and even if it sits for a while, they just continue to float and bubble around inside of it. Kind of like the Orbeez drinks. If you don't know what that is, I'm old, so. All right, so you all take your long rest. Luden, as you return to your bed, you do see Cynthia sitting next to your cot. And as you walk in, you open the door, and you just see 2 wings poking out of her mouth. And you just hear a crunch, crunch, and then the wings disappear. And then...
Fully sentient creatures. Fully.
And she just tilts her head, and, like, you see a crack go up the side of her face, and she just smiles at you.
And Luna just goes to sleep.
I feel like Cynthia is also a fully sentient creature, and it's unnerving.
At this point, I'm fully convinced she's one of the 7. Like,
These are your people, Praeria. Being eaten alive.
These are your people.
All right, we are going to take our break, and when we get back, I guess we're going to be going to Helianthus' estate to see what Esprit is going to do with her father. So we will see you all in a moment. We'll see you after break.
Lamentium, Floortide. These Zodiac-inspired powers and more await you in Stargazer's Guide to Aurora. Available on Drive-Thru RPG. Destiny is calling, adventurer. Look unto the heavens. Your story is in the stars.
Well, hello there. Of course you came to the grand dwarven city of Digbrand to see me. Ma Belle Pebblegrit, tale extraordinaire to kings, queens, heroes, and legends. Have you gazed upon my latest masterpieces? Yes, this one for you. Don't you see how it calls to you, speaks your name? You are gorgeous, darling. The colors, the line work, the gods weep in the presence of your beauty. No one has looked more stunning in a pebble grit design. Please, I cannot bear to gaze upon your perfection for too long. You can find this mesmerizing merch at inkinliar.com. Go and unleash your fabulosity today and help support Inkinliar. Do stop by my shop again. You simply must tell me about all that adventuring thing. Well, ta-ta, darling.
From the pocket to the table in seconds. Never forget your 1020 at home. Only at mitheраlarmory.com.
Extra, read all about it!
What's that you've got there, mister?
Why, this right here is 9 Realms Gaming.
9 Realms Gaming?
That's right, top-notch gaming accessories made from some of the finest woods this side of the city has to offer. We got your dice vaults, we got your dice towers, dice trays, hero vaults, you name it.
Oh my!
Careful now, don't swoon into traffic. You can mosey on down to their website now. Use exclusive partner code LYRE10 to get 10% off your purchase.
What was that code again?
That's LYRE10. LYRE10 at 9realmsgaming.com. Hurry, they're selling like hotcakes.
And we are back. So, coming back in. Full 24 hours, you all take a long rest. And when the full 24 hours has passed, Grubbles does complete the vent. And Esperise, as you're watching, he begins to take out some quills and some bottles of ink, and you can see it looks like he's about to label the wine.
What are you hoping to write on this?
I don't know. Something creative that really speaks volumes. This is a masterpiece right here. Oh.
Have you ever heard of the legend of Eurydice?
Who?
Eurydice. It's an old elvish story. My mother was actually named after her. Her lover followed her into the depths of the dark and the forgotten just for a chance to see her again. And I thought it would be fitting to call the wine Eurydice.
I like it. That's a pretty one. And just a fine color of red. I like that a lot.
And you watch as he takes the quill and he begins to write that on and of course his vineyard and all what's typically on a bottle of wine. And alcohol content and all that good stuff. And he hands it off to you. He also hands you the small lead box with your singular seed from the pomegranate.
Thank you so much. I appreciate everything that you've done.
Oh, thank you. And I hope you've learned a little bit of something about fermentation. Of all things, you have gotten to witness an amazing feat.
You are absolutely stupendous within your field. And I know I have very limited experience now, but I know in the future the Gloaming Court will be contacting you for their wine needs. I will make sure that it's arranged for you.
I am humbly appreciative.
And he bows very low and the folds of his skin kind of hit the ground as he bows down.
Thank you so much, Grubble. We will be contacting you very soon about that arrangement.
And he nods and he goes,
Well, if you'll excuse me, I need to go take some notes and write about this amazing journey I've gone through in a fermentation. and you see the little mushroom just kind of like next to him, like, God. And he just kind of like scoots him along, like, come on, we got stuff to do. And he goes, like, as he's saying goodbye to you, and he just pushes him off.
And I will go to the rest of the party with my wine, unless there are things that they are doing while I am talking to Grabos in the morning.
Ludin is just over there, real quick, gonna go to Bark and be like, hey, I think they'll leave you alone now, okay? Finn gave him a really good talking to, and just reach out to Praeria, the queen, if they ever come back, and if we have to give him another talking to, we will, okay?
Pixies leave Bark alone?
They should leave Bark alone.
Thanks.
No problem, dude. No problem.
Bark smash now.
And he just kind of like walks over to the vats and begins to smash and press the grapes.
Ludin feels legitimately good that he can help somebody else that's getting pranked. And he's like, oh, this was all right. This was a good, and he'll look at Cynthia, keep nodding, and then he'll start getting ready to go ride.
You hear another crack inside of her mouth.
Feels good.
All right.
I think Finn got up early. Is there anything to cook with around here?
I mean, you can go into Grubble's villa, and like he has a kitchen, but again, it's like walking into a hobbit house. It's very like you gotta like bend over, and of course the cups and the pans are smaller. But
Is there anything in there, like potatoes?
Like a pantry?
Yeah.
Sure, make an investigation check.
I want to make breakfast for everyone. It was really fun the last time. So, oh my god, nah!
You roll a 3. You find cinnamon sticks. I mean, it's a very massive pantry. As you find cinnamon sticks, and you find licorice root. You find a lot of herbs. You do find some eggs.
Oh, okay, yeah, cool.
You do find some eggs, and you do see some cheese hanging in kind of like a roundish wheel with a wedge or two cut out, hanging from like a mesh, almost like a macrame mesh of sorts.
Perfect. So Finn initially wakes up. He sees the bottle of wine tucked into his arm, and he just looks at it, and he's like, "Whoa, where did this come from?" And he's like shaking it. The confetti's just going all over. And he's like, "Wow. Oh, I have an idea." So he's gonna like take it with him into the house, and he has seen people cook with alcohol before, so he is going to he's gonna crack some eggs and put some cheese and cinnamon and licorice fruit into a pan and like splash a little bit of that birthday wine in there to kind of like oil, because that's how he remembers people used it. So that's what he's going to do to make his friends some breakfast. And some herbs. He'll just dump all the herbs in the pan, because he doesn't know which one's good. And the more the better.
Is this a hero's feast, or are you just torturing?
No, it's a hero's feast.
All right. What did we do last time? Did we do like a performance check a proficiency check, or for like the taste? I mean, it's still a hero's feast regardless, but like how
I think we did like, oh gosh, I can't remember, but I think it might have been performance. Was it performance?
Performance or proficiency, whichever you prefer. But this is about the taste, right?
Yeah.
You've been rolling fabulously all night, so
I know nothing can go wrong. Okay, nat 20, man. Yeah.
What does this? You are the MacGyver of food. Like, this is Iron Chef / chopped. No, this is more like chopped. Like, you got a basket of ingredients. You're like, what the hell am I gonna make with this? What do you make with it?
I think the Feywine honestly probably saves it. So he's going to crack the eggs, and each plate is just going to be. What does licorice fruit look like? Is it made up or is it?
The licorice root is real. Like so like licorice candy, the actual licorice candy, not the red licorice, is actually like like the absinthe flavor. Is made from a root.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So he's going to make just these big omelets for his friends, and he's going to have the licorice root be like the smile on the bottom, and he's going to have the little cinnamon sticks that he chopped up be the eyes. So it's like a big omelet with a big smile, and it's all infused with birthday wine. And then he's just going to put cheese on the top to make it like hair.
Welcome to Finna Liehop.
Yeah. Maybe some little elf ears too. And he's going to like take all of the plates too. And he made one actually for Grub and Bark as well.
You give it to Bark and Bark just holds it.
Here you go, Bark. That's for you to eat. In your mouth.
And he puts it next to his mouth and opens as if like, is this what I'm supposed to do? Like,
just like that.
He puts the entire plate with the food in his mouth and begins to crunch, and you hear like the ceramic break, and he goes, "Good. Thank you."
Thanks. I owe Grub a plate, I guess. Go over to Grub and give him some.
Grubbles is he's currently scritching in his journal of all the fermentation that like he's been doing with this fruit, legendary fruit of sorts, and he goes, "Oh, well, thank you. You should take some notes." And like he says this to his little mushroom friend, and the mushroom crosses his arms and just like it doesn't have any eyes, but you get the sense that it's glaring at you.
At me?
Yes.
I forgot to make him one.
Because Grubbles looks at his little mushroom assistant and goes, "You should take some notes."
Sorry, little guy.
And he just crosses his arms looking at you. And another little mushroom just kind of like pokes up out of his head.
Can I split mine and offer it to him?
You can, sure.
Yeah, I'll cut mine in half and offer him some. And then I'll go and deliver the rest.
He takes it and he eats it.
Hi, everyone. I made breakfast.
Oh, thank you so much. That is very, very kind. Thank you for that.
Luda's just like thinking about like, okay, what spices do we have in the bags that I can fix whatever mistake Finn is about to give us?
It smells really good.
It smells could be deceiving.
It smells like a natural 20.
Like a natural 20. Akron digs the fuck in. He's like, yo!
Oh. I cooked it with like this wine that was just like at my side when I woke up. Isn't that so cool?
Did Akron have one of those too or no?
Yes, you did.
I know you're not supposed to technically drink stuff when you find it here, but I figured this might be an exception.
Hey,
Since
I've
it's
been
like
drinking wine all my life, and I turned out just fine.
When you eat the omelet, Akron, you do get a little fleckle of a vision of like someone looking down and opening a small brown paper package, and as they peel back the paper, you see inside this beautiful looks like a wooden toy boat that was painted by hand, and you just immediately see like clapping hands and bouncing in front of you, and you just feel so excited.
Take another bite. It's delicious, Ben. You did so well.
Thanks.
Tastes like a natural 20.
I think this is like my secret skill. I know Reese had to spend like 5 days learning or something, but
You just made this up all by yourself?
mm-hmm.
That's so impressive. Can you teach me sometime?
Thanks. Yeah, I could teach you.
Lewin, what's the matter? You don't like the omelet?
Look, it's a face.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
maybe
did they do the little ketchup smiley face on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The eyes are eggs.
It's got cinnamon and licorice root, so it's like just candy. It's just a candy smile.
Oh, I think I'll save mine for later. And Ludin just slowly.
But you should eat it now so you can get your energy. Please? It's like my birthday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, isn't it your birthday? Like legit?
Guess so. I think it's like my birthday here. But
It
then I
was
have another
somebody's
birthday when
Is
I
it
get
my
back.
birthday? It was somebody's birthday.
I think it's both of our birthdays, and then we have another one.
Decided it's your birthday.
It's both our birthdays?
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday, Finn!
Happy birthday, Akron!
We did this like the two heads.
Happy birthday to us!
Yeah, happy birthday to us.
All right, we should probably go.
This is delicious, Finn. Thank you.
Along
Thank
with
you.
that,
All of
Happy
you get
birthday.
hit points or something. Let me check.
If Ludin doesn't eat his, after Akron scarfs his down, he's gonna take Ludin's plate and continue to eat.
Go for
Does
it.
is all the food cooked with the memory wine?
Yeah. I just splashed it in the pan.
Yeah, Ludin doesn't eat any.
Grease is also not going to eat any.
You guys don't know that the wine is in the pan.
Oh no, that's not why Ludin doesn't eat.
Okay, as soon as she gets a happy memory while eating it, she's going to sit back from the table.
What's the matter?
It's fine. It's fine. And she's going to go to the restroom and not come out until everybody is done. She considers that wine the height of all evil, and she will not be ingested anymore.
I broke her vegan diet. I'm so sorry.
Well, you stole memories from an innocent person and force-fed them to your friends. She legitimately has an issue with this on a moral level. You're just enjoying what they will never enjoy again. A legitimate moral issue with this, and she's going to the bathroom.
He doesn't care about the moral implications. He just still, no matter how good it smells, he just remembers the last time Finn cooked without him helping, and he doesn't trust it. And so he's like, maybe later he'll see like anybody else has to make Constitution saving throws on the way back or anything like that. But Akron eats his food. Well, oh no!
Everyone has such little faith in me. I'll just roll my 2d10, and whoever partakes can take it, I guess.
Do I get double since I?
No, you do not.
Does
No,
Akron
you
get
do
Ludin's?
not.
Actually gets rolled 3 dice on wisdom saves.
Yeah.
Going forward.
Okay, you get, what is it, 10. 10 extra.
That is 1,000 gold pieces
Okay.
as well.
Wait, what?
It's 1,000 gold pieces every time.
Every time we do Heroes Feast, that's 1,000 gold pieces.
We can
And
do
I
it.
always forget.
We can do it. We can do it
You know what
7
it
more
actually
times.
says? You know what it says in the spell description? Is that it's because you're serving it on a very fancy plate. So, if Uramir was still...
Can I get a discount? Because it's not a fancy plate.
A discount on the
I mean,
consumables.
technically, it's
Yeah.
supposed to be a gem-encrusted bowl worth at least 1,000, but I'm to keep things without complicating anything. I'm debiting, just 1,000 gold.
Credit it to the account.
Like I said, that we can do it 7 more times.
Okay,
That's
I'll
all
stop
our
doing
money.
it.
That's all our money.
I'll just cook for you guys without the Heroes Feast. You'll
That's
get no
all
benefits than stomach
You'll
aches.
get the benefits of your warmth and love.
So what do I get? 10 temporary hit points? Is that what it is?
It's a hit point maximum increases by 2d10, so
Yeah.
it's 10 points.
Awesome.
And it gains the same number of hit points, so you also get 10.
Okay.
I've never been so healthy.
Ludin gets like a little more serious now that like we've had breakfast and things like that, and he just straight up goes and says, "Okay, so how do we want to do this, Hesperus?"
Well, I have already told Helianthus to expect us at his estate within the next 2 days, and this is within that window. I figure we will arrive, have a toast. I would prefer to do this with as little fanfare as possible because I do not want any collateral damage, but I don't know if he will cause a stir But at the very least, I believe that the majority of his people are not 100% on his side anymore, from my understanding. So hopefully we can just have a private audience with him, have a toast. Do you have a more defined idea? I know you were talking about murdering him in his sleep, but I think it'd be hard to get him to swallow at that point.
This is whatever you want to do. We'll do it your way. I just wanted to know what the plan was, and so we can all be on the same page.
If we can't get a private audience with him, then what?
We should be able to get a private audience with him because he is no longer the lord of his lands, and I am.
Well, it's distributed. It's distributed among 3 people now.
No, he stepped down. It's supposed to be his son and me. He said, my son is in charge of everything. And then the queen of the Shamar court named me the regent of his son.
Right.
Is this
he can still totally say no to me. It would just be very uncouth.
No, he wouldn't.
Okay.
Or is this do we want this to be a deceptive thing, or are we going to force feed him? Like, how do we want to play that part? We're going to tell him the truth and make him, or what's up?
No, I do not believe that he will cooperate if we tell him the truth, but hopefully we can have a toast and he'll drink himself, and otherwise it will be gently suggested to him.
Okay.
Also, will Gabriel be there, your brother?
I hope that he won't have to be, but I will speak to him when we are at this estate.
If you need us to get him out, we will.
Right.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, I'm gonna be honest. I'm really down to help you out, Esperis, to do all this stuff. But after we're done, I'm going back to the material plane.
Yeah.
I can't. I feel like I'm getting old. Gonna be really old, and each day that passes. So, just letting you guys know. Regardless, unless one of you are in mortal danger, I'm probably going to go to that portal today. By the end of the day.
I appreciate you still being here. And, do we know our exit strategy? Are we going back to Aralai's 3? Is that the other way back to the material plane, or do we have another plan?
I assumed that was the plan out.
Okay. And then we'll be exiting back into the orchard, so that will give us some time to regroup and find out information. That sounds like a good plan. Right, so in the interest of speed, why don't we begin our journey to Helianthus' estate?
Lead the way.
I will light on a butterfly, and I will square my shoulders. If everyone is ready. Thank you so much. Time to go.
You make your way back to Helianthus' estate. Significantly less guards, troops. Instead, there are 2 guards at the gate, but it's not nearly as fortified as it was before. And you arrive at the front gate, and you are allowed in. You are recognized as a regent of this estate. You are led into this grand house. Before, you had been out within the gardens, and you are asked to wait in the foyer. And as you wait, you watch as your brother comes across the banister, and he seems to have a book in his hand, and he closes it, and he smiles at you, and he makes his way down the staircase across the marble over to you, and embraces you immediately.
I'll embrace him back. I'm still very tight posture-wise, but I'll embrace him back. How are you? Is everything's all right here? You've been treated well?
He's in a sour mood, but when is he not? Been treated well. Been doing a lot of studying. He raises his eyebrows.
To become a lord?
Essentially, to fill his grand boots, which I never will, but, you know, that isn't going to stop him from continuously shoving all this militaristic knowledge down my throat.
Well, I'll kind of look over my shoulder at my friends. They all know what's going on, and Avriel absolutely doesn't. I want you to, I am going to have a drink with our father and talk about the future of the estate.
I heard you're a regent now. And he kind of smiles at you as you say that.
Yeah, it's a pretty transparent power play, but it's working okay so far. Could I, as regent, ask you to do something?
You could, as my sister, ask me to do anything.
I know that Helianthus is your father, and that he's a cruel man, but there must be some moment somewhere where he, you know, looked out at the estate together, or he taught you to play some kind of game, or you laughed about something. If you have any memories with Helianthus that make you happy, I would ask you to hold on to them.
He just kind of looks at you and like, this conversation is unusual, and the way you're phrasing things, he studies you as if he's trying to understand what's behind what you're saying. But he just kind of like brow furrowed nods.
Don't read into it. I am cryptic and vague at the best of times.
He doesn't say anything, but he continues to listen and kind of stare at you. And as he kind of opens his mouth as if to speak, you hear boot stomps from up on the banister, and he goes, "Well, the buttercup has returned. Aren't you supposed to be going to the material plane?"
We will be leaving just this afternoon, thank you. I was hoping that I might have a chance to speak with you before we go.
I suppose the faster we get this over with, the faster you can leave.
Yes, I suppose that is the situation. Avriel.
And I'm going to subtle spell message to him.
Everything is going to be okay. You can do difficult things.
And you do that, and he kind of tilts his head and gives you this look, like he is very, very curious, and like, it's not that he's concerned, but he is doing everything in his power to like try and understand what you're about to do. He knows you're going to do something, but he has no idea what. And there's a little bit of worry there, but it's for you.
I smile at him. Is there some sort of study or lounge room that would be best to have a casual conversation, Helianthus? My friends and I would like to partake in parting drink.
Oh, all of you. Yes, right this way. Library's over here.
Thank you.
And he leads you into this massive library. There's like it's almost like it has like a connected drawing room with lounges and these very plush couches and chairs that kind of lead back into the book stacks, and the fireplace, of course, in that area as well, surrounded by those plush cushions. And he reclines in one of the chairs, and he looks at you, and he kind of sits back and he says, "Make no mistake. Your time here will be short-lived, and I always get what I want. I'm very patient, Buttercup. Very, very patient. And it sounds like, with you dealing with this dire thing on the material plane, perhaps you'll die a martyr to whatever god it is you follow." And he kind of haphazardly gestures to your vestments.
Oh, yes, yes, I have lived a life of many gods. They served me well. I think I had asked you last time that we were able to have an extended conversation about what it is that drives you. And you mentioned your people, your soldiers, and their lives. Can I ask what you refer to now when you say what you want?
What I want in regards to what? He looks kind of like he's irritated with entertaining your questions.
Well, if I may tell you what I want, I would like to put things behind us and share a drink. And my dear lady, Priaria Rittenaway of the Royal House of the Gloaming Court, has had many visitors and visitations over the last several days since the party. Thank you again for attending. And we were able to meet with, are you familiar with Grabus the Vintner? Very famous from what I know in these lands.
He is very well known. The oldest vintner in all the courts.
Yes, that is my
Surprised that you
understanding.
know that.
Yes, I do. I know rather a lot of things. I have many fair acquaintances who have been very gracious in sharing their minds. Shall I gesture to Samson and to Praeria? And if I could, she would take out the bottle, as you already see. Grapples was lovely enough to make us our own mint, actually.
Was he now? And
Yes.
he takes the stone around his neck and just kind of like holds it in his fist and kind of like rubs it in between his fingers.
Ludin holds an action to cast Bramble Shot if this starts to go bad, to restrain this man.
In order to hold an action to cast Bramble Shot, you actually have to draw an arrow and hold it.
Never mind, I guess I'll just beat I thought we just had to, because it says as a bonus action, like it'll just happen. Because I'm not like casting any spells or anything, like it just comes from the bow. So I was just.
I can see that. But because you're holding it, I can't imagine you would do it any other way.
That's fine. I will say my intentions are clear. If I get
I know
the
what
trick-
I understand your intentions.
I'll look around the library. Does he have kind of like the setup that Samson has where he's got like a little liquor cabinet?
Crystal glasses and such.
May I take the liberty? Pour us some glasses.
He looks at the servant that's like standing by the doorframe and he goes, "Yes, why don't you do that?"
Thank you. Thank you. We won't be needing you today.
I'll nod at the servant to indicate get out.
The servant kind of like looks to Helianthus and then looks back to you and then just kind of like skitters out.
I'll walk over and close the door behind the servant.
And I will pour 2 glasses. One for me, one for him.
Unless, does anyone else want to have a drink? I thought it was only fitting, since kind of our house is coming together for the first time in a long time, if we would share the first drink. Go ahead.
Does anybody answer her?
Good.
Of course, you have to.
Just a choir. Nah!
Make a deception check.
Okay. Okay. $25.
Okay. Very well. Are you going to pour the wine, or are you going to stare at your friends all night?
I won't offer them a glass, but yes, I will get to preparing. I will pour 2 glasses, equal size for me and for him. Slide the glass across. Is he at a desk, or is he just? Is there a little side table next to him?
He's just kind of like he's in like kind of like one of those Shea lounges where he's got his legs propped up and he's kind of leaning, very much like one of those paintings. As you kind of approach him, you kind of recognize that kind of lounge in yourself, where you would fall asleep very. How do you say it?
Like a Renaissance painting.
It's very Renaissance, except he's lounging with his arm up, kind of like this, and in a way, as you approach, you see a little bit of yourself, and you can feel about that however you wish.
She knows. She knows. She will, if it's kind of set up with a little table and the 2 armchairs, she'll sit down in the other armchair and place the 2 glasses. If I could, I would love to make a toast to this beautiful estate. Did it have a name before it was yours?
It's always been in my family for quite some time. It's always had the name that it is given. Oh, that's right. You don't know what it is. I sometimes forget all the different things that you don't know. Considering you're a regent, it's something you probably should know, isn't it?
Well, I would love to be educated.
Well. Hold on, let me look it up. Hold on, give me a second.
Sorry, I was like, go get your notes, Laura.
I was like, let me look at my notes. Okay. Okay. Just name Valerian, after the Valerian blooms.
Valerian. That's very beautiful. How nice. Well then, if I could toast to the eternal sunshine of the Valerian estate, may it be forever blossoming, lit with honor, kindness, and a very open mind.
He raises his glass, and he will kind of like do the pretentious thing where he swirls it, smells it, you know, and he looks at the color, and he just kind of like tilts it back in the sun, and he will take a sip, and he kind of leans back. This is rather good. I'm afraid to say that you bringing it, that, I'm sorry, who are you again?
Oh, I am here to deliver the wine. Why don't you take another sip? I'm supposed to be asking you your taste for the next banquet at your house.
Of course you are. Well, this is rather quite good. And he takes another sip. Great color. Wonderful bouquet. Who are all of you?
Do you have any children, Helianthus?
Of course, I have one son.
I will have to ask his opinion once I get yours. Could you take a sip of the wine, please?
Is there something wrong with it?
Oh, no, not at all. We're trying to get a proper descriptor for the label. And we would like to know exactly what aromas you're picking up.
I do have rather good judgment when it comes to wine.
Mm-hmm.
And he will take another sip. I think I might have had a little bit too much. Where are we? How did I get in here?
Do you have any children?
Do I have any children? No?
You have an estate.
Do I?
Yeah.
Maybe I do. Is that why I'm here?
Oh, no. We were just playing a game. I'm sorry you got a little befuddled there for a moment. You are a guest at the Valerian estate. My dear brother and I invited you to have a lovely lunch here, but you seem to be a little bit adult.
Did I drink too much already?
I think you did. You should put that down.
Oh, Ed, you're very nice. I am afraid I have had a little bit too much to drink. Do you know my name?
I believe that your name is Healy.
Healy?
Healy, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And,
could I, before you go, could I have my necklace back, please?
Your what?
I can grab it, it's quite alright. I will duck behind him. I'll take the necklace off and I'll put it in my bag, take him by the arm, and I will begin just escorting him gently outside.
And you take his arm and he goes, "That's awful kind of you. I'm so sorry. I got so..."
I understand.
And I didn't know that I took something from you. My apologies.
No, I completely understand. I am letting it go.
Oh, that I took the necklace from you.
Oh yes.
Oh,
I'm
right.
not angry. If you could promise me something though before you go.
Where am I going?
Oh, just outside to the garden. If you need anything, I'm sure that my brother will be able to help you if you ask very, very nicely.
What is your brother's name?
His name is Avriel.
Oh, that's a nice name. And you said your name was?
Espris.
There's both
It's
very nice names.
Yeah, of the house of Arete, daughter of Eurydice. And I want you to enjoy the garden and see the Feywild and live a good life. Okay?
Okay. Thank you. I don't think I've ever been in a garden before. That sounds really nice.
You will like it very much. You are always very fond of buttercups.
Oh, I don't know what those are. Maybe your brother will tell me what they are. Or he'll show me.
Yes, I will be sure that he does.
And he'll allow you to escort him into the garden.
Yes, I will if I pass Avriel on the way out. There's just a little, I'll explain this in a minute.
He kind of like his brows furrowed. He's very confused as to what is happening. His father has a completely different demeanor, the way he's walking. It's like a very strong personality shift.
And I will let him out into the garden and say, Avriel will be along shortly to show you the buttercups.
Is it okay?
Now, enjoy this.
Is it okay if I pick flowers?
I am sure it is absolutely fine. Yes, yes, it is okay.
Since I'm visiting.
Yes, you are absolutely fine.
All right, I'll pick the flowers. I like flowers. And he begins to pick.
Espris will close the door, the front door. Look to Avriel. Will you have your name back? He is confused, but he is very nice. He'll be fine, and everything is going to be okay, I think.
What happened? Your brother just kind of leans in quietly.
He doesn't remember your name anymore, or his own name, or the name of the estate, or anything like that, but he still has a very long time to live, and I'm sure starting again will be good for him.
As you, like, his eyebrows kind of raise and his face drops a little bit as he looks out at the man that was essentially his father out in the garden. And he looks back at you.
I'm sorry.
And he just very quietly wraps you up in a hug and holds you. And you get that there's no ill will.
She's still sorry. It was the only way that I could think of without killing him, but I'm sorry your father is not here anymore.
But you didn't take away the father. You gave me a new one. Maybe one I deserve. Maybe one you deserve. You could have killed him. Hells, I was in a different circumstances, I might have killed him. And if he didn't have my name, I wouldn't have ever thought to do what you did.
Well, it was not my first inclination.
Is that what that wine was?
Oh yes, don't drink it. Don't drink it.
We should probably do something with that.
Yeah, there's a glass of it that is still. It was for lying. We can, I'm sure, put it back into the bottle. Maybe. I trust you to make good choices with that wine. Oh, should I trust you to make good choices with the wine? I forget.
I mean, I'm not gonna drink it.
Okay, yeah. I don't want to have it anymore, so if you want to. I have friends who are... There are some people who are waiting to go home, and then I will say goodbye, okay?
He nods quietly and he looks down for a moment before looking back up at you. You come back. Come home. Not because of this building. That's not a home. Where you are, that's where my home is. And it won't be home until you come back.
I promise to come back. I will be.
And he hugs you up once again. And he goes, promise is a promise.
Promise is a promise. Yeah.
And he lets you go and he looks over at Samson, Luden.
Luden's probably still in the room.
Who? Okay, then it's Praeria, Akron, Benelai. He looks at all of you except Luden, who is still in the room. And he goes, you take care of her. Make sure she comes home. Please. She's all I have.
We'll make sure she does.
You love her too.
He nods.
That is very kind. I'm going to, I think, set up the teleportation circle, and it'll take about 10 minutes. You can join me outside if you like, but Luden will want to be leaving now too.
Can any of the rest of us do a teleportation circle, or are you the only one?
I have it as a spell. I don't know if anyone else can do it.
The only thing I can do is I can take us back to the portal with Arya.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what we gotta do, right?
I can transport via plants, but that only works on this plane.
Okay. I was just gonna say we can take care of that, and maybe you could spend a little time with Avriel while we do that. Yeah, Samson?
Yeah, like it's gonna take me like a full hour to get this thing done. So, I mean, you can have a quick catch up, real time.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
So you all go do that, and you're left with Esperise is left with Avriel, and Avriel looks at you, Esperise, and notices you're holding that necklace in your hand. And he goes, there's a small pond behind the house, lily pads and lily blooms. She loved to go swimming in it.
She was here?
Yeah, so were you. Long time ago. Not that you remember, but...
I don't remember it at all.
You were very, very small. Could barely walk.
So you got to meet her?
For a little while. She always, she'd come to my room, and, she'd sneak me extra sweets when I wasn't supposed to eat sweets. I was supposed to be fit, and sweets were for winners and victories, and I had a lot that I had to prove. But she'd bring me honey cakes. And, sometimes we'd share.
During tea, she would always try to help. Like the honey cakes or the candy or the sweets and things like that. And I wanted her to be healthy, so we can't be having candy all the time, Mama. We need to occasionally eat vegetable. She liked sweets, yeah. Do you want to say goodbye to her too?
I would love to say goodbye. If you don't mind.
Yeah, no, of course. I would love to. Yeah.
And he will take your arm and he will lead you out to the back, where the pond is that he mentioned.
We'll pass by our father, who is picking buttercups in the garden, and go to the pond and sort of lay out the little necklace in front. And do I just speak to her, or what do I do?
Avriel looks down at the stone. And he looks at you. And he says, all you have to do is say her name. And he leans into your ear. And he whispers your mother's true name into yours.
Dorie Kaloyalea.
You watch as a swirl of sage leaves, caught on the summer court wind, fly and begin to form silhouette. More comes still. Yarrow, valerian, blooms swirling together, and you watch as a silhouette forms to the figure of an elven woman. Her features hard to make out in great detail as the wind distorts her silhouette slightly with each pass of the breeze. But one thing is for certain. She's smiling at you. And your brother.
Hello, Mama.
Her smile brightens as you speak out to her.
I heard your call, love. I am ready to walk with you.
And she kind of lifts her hand up to your cheek and up to your brother's cheek. And she kind of tilts her head forward.
Such friends. Such a life you are living.
And she wipes your tears. Both of you. She smiles once again. She says,
Sometimes, my loves, we are so full of radiance that we must cry. I see your radiance, my darlings, and you have so much more left to receive in this world.
Can I walk with you again? I'm taller now.
Ready to walk with you.
and she takes your hand. Doesn't feel quite tangible and firm, but there's a tickle of flower petals and sage leaves that kind of skitter about the back of your palms as she takes hold of your arm and she looks to the pool.
The same way that Esperise did when she was 13 years old, just very young, an elf, when her feet couldn't quite touch the ground of the ending pools of the temple at Dawn's Rise. She will walk with her mother out into the water, but now that she is older, and now that she is ready, she is able to walk all the way until they are submerged up to their necks in water. As her mother's body, as it is made of petals and flowers, begins to almost dissipate and float upon the water as they walk further and further into the pool, and she can still, even as they submerge completely, as her mother dissipates into the water, into Feywild and the plains beyond, she is still walking with her mother. And she always will be. And she is able to let her go.
You feel petals begin to dissipate further from your hands. There's a small brush against your cheek, as if one final goodbye. Where the flower petals begin to surface, breaking apart, and you feel her soul leave and depart.
Esperise has been there for probably hundreds, maybe even thousands of departures. She was a crown weaver at the temple, the person who braids together the flowers to ease people into the next life and into the path beyond. And she is able to feel now the peace that she does then at knowing that this person is ready, and that they have had a full and beautiful life and leave behind people who love them. And she is going to gather the petals from the surface of the pond if she can. She might not be able to seek out all of them, but if she can use... She's learned the gust cantrip from watching her brother Luden make these magnificent gales, and she could make those little gusts of air upon the water to ripple the petals towards her and collect them in her hand and put them into her bag with the oils and the tools that she took from her father's home, so that she might be able to make a perfume later, named for Eurydice. And then she's going to spend that hour that Samson is building the teleport through plants. He's sitting on the bank of the pool with her brother, talking about the flowers that they're going to grow at the estate while she's away and once she returns, and how she's heard of things where there can be gates through to the material plane, and maybe they'd be able to see some of her friends on the other side, and starting to make plans and talk about their friends and how they might be part relationship with the Gloaming Court and the Vintner, and everything she plans to do when she comes back. And she will also cry.
Death is not always tragic and terrible. Sometimes death is beautiful. Death and life, the cycle itself. Death is something that you know very well, Esperise. And today you say goodbye, as your mother's soul is finally free. And as death, you usher her to where she belongs. You are the messenger. You are the herald. Your voice is what carries souls to their final resting place of bliss. You are death. You are Esperise. And that...
Wait, I do have one thing that Luda would like to do.
Okay.
When everyone else walked out, Luden waited until they all left the room, and he went to his belt and pulled his jacket back a little bit, and it revealed 8 vials of Fey wine. He's gonna pour all of them out, go over to the wine, and fill them up with the new wine. Cork the bottles and refill that one with the regular wine that he poured out. He's going to fill both Esperise's cup that wasn't drank and her father's to the point where it was drank. He's going to clean up any of the messes around. He's going to stand there for maybe 5 to 10 minutes, making sure that everything is the exact same way that it was. And then he's going to walk out and join the rest of the party.
You do so. And you have, we'll discuss how much of that you have. But very well done, sir. Other than that, that is where we will end tonight's session. Let me thank all of the amazing people this evening. Thank you, Sargent for the follow, Cymatic Element for the follow, Mac for the resub, Tier 2, 18-month streak, Daniel for the resub, Rollstream for the follow, Flock Obama with the 20 Tier 1 subs, and of course the resub at 19 months. Flock says,
I want to call out a specific comment from Afraid Not, where Afraid Not said that he was so impressed that none of us tried to take the bottle for future use. This was like 20 minutes ago. Sorry.
And then Christian saw that and was like, well, you see. Well, you see now. Flock Obama, thank you so much for the 19-month streak. Flock said, I love you all more than I've ever said and it will always be true. Thank you all. This channel means so much to me. We love you. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible adventure. Having you guys be a part of this is the reason why we stream. We love having you guys every Monday and just sharing this story with you, seeing everyone's comments and just getting to laugh and have fun at the table with you all. If you enjoyed our show, if you're new, please consider following us. It doesn't cost anything to follow. If you loved our show even more, please do consider supporting our show so we can keep bringing you awesome content every Monday and Wednesday. And of course, we have our short rest that we have from time to time as well. Please consider supporting us with a sub or use that free Twitch Prime. You can join us every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for more Fate's End. We are going to be streaming next Monday, which is the 4th of July, if you want to join us. So come join us on the 4th of July, which isn't a special day at all.
Unless you happen to be feeling very patriotic at this moment in time.
But we will be streaming on Monday. We also have another show on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Wild Beyond the Witchlight. It's our Iron Valor show where we play through Wizards of the Coast modules. We are currently playing through Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Deanna DMs that. Tell us about it, Deanna.
We are entering our final boss battle. They are facing off against the concept of the future itself. My players are pretty confident about it, but she holds the string to each and every path that you may tread. So have a good time with that.
So, very exciting boss battle happening this Wednesday. We're going to need you guys to help them out because if you don't watch Iron Valor, some news for you. It's a little bit more interactive show. If you've been watching this evening, this entire night, you've been earning Valor tokens, and you can use those Valor tokens to help them out, which they're going to need a lot of help. You can bless the party, you can curse the DM, and you can also grant luck to players on that show as well. So help them survive this boss battle Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can also see Danny and Raina in that show as well. Yeah. They will be there. Do we have short rest this week? I always ask because I never know.
There is nothing currently planned, but short rest is where we meet up to hang out, play some games, do some casual stuff, and if there is an unexpected game or event this week, you can catch up with it on our socials, and we will let you know ahead of time what's going on.
I know I've been
It'll be
talking.
a surprise.
I know I've been talking to Daniel about playing A Way Out. I don't know if anybody. I've been thinking about doing that on short rest. If you guys know what It Takes Two is, that game. It's made by the same people, but it's the game where you are two convicts escaping together. Very collaborative game, 2-player game, and it looks like a lot of fun. Daniel and I might play that entire series on short rest for you guys. So.
Love that.
So yeah, we are going to stick with us for just a little bit longer. We are going to raid. Let me scroll up and see who we're raiding here.
Long lost lore.
There it is. Okay, I had to scroll up a little bit to get to it. We're gonna be raiding Long Lost Lore. Please stick with us as we continue to share the love within this amazing tabletop RPG community. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. And we will see you on Wednesday for Iron Valor and next Monday for some more Fate's End, where we finally leave the Feywild. All right, guys. See you all next time. Bye!